game of ice chip target practice up in Minnesota. We've got a fresh hail
All
report
right,
coming
fam,
in
we are
hot.
going
Well,
live.
cold
It is
actually,
getting
from about 2
crazy
miles
out
southeast
there.
of Winona. That's in Winona County. Folks over there saw quarter-sized
Got
hail.
all kinds of
Yup,
tornado
a full
warnings. We
1
don't
inch of
have
icy
any
goodness,
big giant
hitting the
tornadoes
ground
on the
around
ground right now,
3:57
but
p.m.
it's
That report just came
getting a
in
little
via
wild.
Intake.
Today might end
So,
up
if
pretty
you're in the
crazy.
Winona
I don't know
area and you hear some
how it's going
unexpected
to end up,
clattering,
but
it's not
everything
just
we
your
have
neighbor being
that's going
extra
on right
clumsy
now,
with
it's
the
all
ice tray
rotating.
today.
We just don't have
Keep
any
those
big
cars
giant
covered if you
tornadoes
can,
at the
y'all.
moment, thankfully. But
All right.
we're going to keep a very
So
close
yeah,
eye on
we do have
everything
a
from here
tornado
on out. I
warning that's
mean,
going
I
to
have
continue
been
for the
keeping an
next
eye on
12 minutes
everything
for St.
for
Croix
the last 2
County
hours,
in
but
Wisconsin.
I felt
All right,
like
this
it's
is
time
radar
to go ahead
indicated
and go live
rotation.
because
This is east
yeah,
of
some stuff's starting to look a little
Minneapolis,
scary, and
and
you know,
it's to the west of
I don't
Eau
know if you guys
Claire.
are watching
Ryan,
Ryan
we've
Hall
got a
like I
great
am, but
question
there's
from
a little
Tucker
blip
Hendrickson
down
in
there
chat.
that's
They ask,
starting
how's
to
Eau
get
Claire
pretty
looking?
big, and
Eau
that thing
Claire,
might be
you
a
guys are
threat here in the
definitely
future.
in the path of a strong storm here. You got a tornado warning just west of town and a big
You
storm on the way.
just my
We will be talking
it's
about Eau
actually
Claire
been a while since I
several times,
streamed.
I believe,
Put down
through the rest of the coverage.
okay, Ryan Hall's a little too loud. But I am watching good old Ryan Hall today here in the background. I haven't even tuned into Max Velocity yet. I probably will hear a little later on, but
Free ice cubes. Sirens going off in Menominee. Yeah, you are under a tornado warning.
all right.
You're under a tornado warning for an area of rotation that's going by.
Sounds looking good now.
But notice that the tornado warning that we're focused on with this particular polygon here.
And we got our big national weather radar right here. I'm going to readjust to put it right over the screen.
That's a little bit more of a significant area of rotation, in my opinion. So we've really got to watch out in Durand, Red Cedar.
Basically, these are all of our storms right here that are getting tornado warned here, blasting on through. Then we have some in Wisconsin down here. They're starting to look a bit concerning. These might be some problem childs down here. You know, we got some over here too. These things can cause some big problems here in the near future, so we're going to keep a close eye on those. I mean, we do have a lot of tornado warnings right now. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tornado warnings right now. Now it's confirmed on the ground, but we do have 5 tornado warnings at the moment. Turn down Ryan Hall a little bit more on my screen. I can turn him up a little bit on the audio. There we go.
If you want to follow along and keep the radar on,
yeah, if anybody's interested, I do have a lot of the storm chasers listed in the description. I also have Ryan Hall and Max Velocity, 2 other really big weather streamers. If you're, you know, you want to get some weather updates or any forecasts, Ryan Hall and Max Velocity both do weather forecasts whenever we got severe weather coming like this.
All right, the ones that you would normally pay $9-10 for. Those are
guys, look at this. We have tornado warnings everywhere.
There's nothing wrong with those, right? A lot of us have them. But this one is
go down here to I want to get down to Wisconsin and take a look at these blips. They're getting big.
I highly recommend you go check it out. Follow along. If you get on there and you're kind of confused,
Minnesota, Wisconsin. Here we go.
I think when you first log on, they're dots. That the way you
this one's the one I'm keeping a close eye on, and it's rotating. I mean, we got some rotation here.
Or you can click on a warning and load the closest radar as well. And you can come right on over here.
Go ahead and take a look at a 3D view of the storm and see how big it's got.
See what I was talking about just a moment ago, a decent area.
Oh yeah, this thing's growing. This thing's a big boy. I mean, this was just a blip 20 minutes ago, and it's already 50,000 feet up in the air. This thing is no joke.
Radar system that kind of powers my software that I use here on.
Like we have 2 solid areas of rotation coming down here in this storm.
But also, when you first go over there, it's going to look a little funny.
Also has a decent sized hail core as well.
And that's fine. Weatherwise gives you a lot of options to kind of, spruce your radar.
Yeah, if we have anybody just pop it in from chat, and if you're concerned about your area, just type in the city and state. If you're on your phone, just type it in the comments. It should pop up in chat. I am streaming from a computer, but this is basically on YouTube Shorts, so I believe there's not a chat for YouTube Shorts, so you just type in the comments and it should pop in chat. Let's go ahead and pull up our threats for today, too. I need to make sure I get that out as well. So we got our weather map here. Let me get out the SPC Outlook for the day.
So yeah, that's yaw mode. You can turn that on up here in the pancake stacks. Just turn it on. It's not necessary, obviously, so you don't have to have it. But premium also comes with.
All right, so this is what we're looking at. That's Central U.S. We want to get off of that. We want to go national. Okay.
Be interested in that. But once again, everything that you need here is completely free. And
this is where we're looking at seeing possible tornadoes today. Our green is our 2% chance for tornadoes. The red's a 5% chance, and the 10% hatch risk is this yellow right here. So we have a chance of seeing some possible strong tornadoes in this yellow area. So if anybody's in the yellow or red area, you definitely want to be very weather aware tonight. Even in the green, you want to be weather aware. Because this could be a long day. And tomorrow is going to be pretty rough, too. Let me go ahead and pull up tomorrow while we're here. Because tomorrow, we have a pretty big threat for tomorrow as well. Yeah, we got a really big 10% hash tricks right here tomorrow. And I am smack dab in the yellow right there.
Okay, all right. I will remember that. I will remember that. I promise. Yeah, it looked like we had a little dangly bit there, didn't it?
Like Ryan Hall is actually looking at some street cams right now, some storms.
To this camera that we're looking at here.
We have so many tornado warnings right now. It's crazy. This one's not even tornado warned yet, but we'll probably see one here in the near future because it's looking like an isolated supercell. And you see all these little blips, everything's rotating. We got our reds and our greens. Well, it's basically neutral. So we have a bright green here, which means we got it rotating 30 miles an hour this way and another 30 miles an hour that way. Same thing right here. We got reds and greens. About 30 miles this way, 30 miles that way. So we got rotation in all these areas here. Let's actually go up and look at some of these tornado warnings that we have going on.
Fond du Lac, over here in Wisconsin. Get ready. We're also looking at 3-inch hail. We could really see some big hail today.
Most of the tornado warnings, I believe, are up in Wisconsin right now.
Winds over 70 miles per hour likely. So this is a big tornado watch. It goes out until 10 p.m. If you know anybody,
we have some in Wisconsin and we have some in Minnesota, both.
Tell them to tune in here. Once again, we're going to be doing free and commercial-free coverage throughout the duration of the event. Holy smokes.
Got some rotation here. We got several areas of rotation right here.
Will you type in the name of
yeah, this one's looking pretty rough right here. We have a pretty tight rotation right here by Roberts. Where's that? That's just east of Minneapolis. These storms that pass through Minneapolis are actually looking much worse. We have tornadic rotation in these. That is a very, very tight gate-to-gate rotation there now. This is looking pretty scary. So yeah, I mean, these are definitely tornado warned for a reason. Yep, we got some rotation here too. Also in Spring Valley, this little hook right here, that's rotating very well. We also have some completely raindrop rotation right here by Ugali. That's how that said, Ugali. And it looks like we have a bunch of hail right in front of it, so that's going to be scary. I mean, if that drops down, you're going to get hit by hail, then a tornado comes through after. We actually have some, wow, we have some really strong rotation right here. My goodness, this is looking really scary. That is, that's some pretty strong velocities right here. My goodness.
Yeah, that's a wall cloud.
That might get upgraded very soon. That's some really strong rotation right there. My goodness.
Yeah, anytime something like that comes up, just tell Y'allbot.
Look at those bright blues sticking out right there. My goodness.
So, yeah, we're going to keep a very close eye on this as this rotating part of the storm goes up past New Richmond up towards Amory in Wisconsin, okay?
This one is heading towards Caryville, Meridian, Eau Claire.
All right.
Let's kind of see what track these storms are going. This is actually looking quite a bit worse than it did 20 minutes ago. Looks like it's going to go west of Eau Claire. It's heading towards Menominee, Colfax, Knapp.
Man, there's just too many.
We got a lot of rotation here. My goodness.
Too many buttons need to be pushed. All right, so if
yeah, this spot is very concerning looking right here. They need to reorganize that tornado warning. My goodness, that's a really tight rotation there. Let's actually try to get a 3D view of this storm and see what's actually going on. This thing is massive too. This is a big storm.
So what this means is that the storms are interacting with the atmosphere in a way that looks quite favorable now. In the beginning, storms were a little bit more elevated. Storms had a harder time getting
It's a
organized,
monstrous
but now
storm.
there's no doubt that they are rotating enough and they're getting closer to the ground. Anytime you see a wall cloud like that, the next step is literally a funnel cloud and then a
Like
tornado.
it should be coming down right through
Now,
here.
we're showing right here
This
in
is a couple
Richmond,
scans back, so we're not seeing the really high velocities on it yet. But
Horse Creek and Little Falls in Wisconsin. This is St. Croix and Polk counties in.
looks like it just recently spun up. I mean, we definitely have some big broad rotation here on both sides, right? But it's not reaching down yet here. We'll check it out in a couple more scans because you can really see it picking up right here.
I think they're listening. I think they're listening to the stream.
If you have anybody just popped in with chat, you can type your city and state in if you're concerned about your area, and we can take a look at it. Yeah, my goodness, this is looking rough, guys.
We lose a lot of that.
Today's starting to get wild really fast.
Coverage that we have with the traffic cameras. But what we do have is storm chasers. We've got storm chasers out the wazoo today. All right, we've got storm chasers.
You can really see that gate-to-gate shear right here.
Brad Arnold out there.
It's gonna be right here on this little hook, heading right up towards Meridian.
Of course, we've got Caleb Beecham in Chicago right now. So some of our strongest storms today will be in Indiana and Illinois, and we've got you covered down there with storm chasers on the ground. But right now, we are going by radar and traffic cameras in Wisconsin. What are the drawn red circles on WeatherWise?
Definitely want to see a 3D view of this thing in a couple more scans. That's looking pretty intense.
You're probably seeing.
This one has a pretty good hook too here with a lot of rotation as well. Every single one of these storms are rotating. Yeah, that's really tight rotation there.
You're talking about these things, right?
I think we're going to have some problems here, guys. This is not looking good.
Off in your settings over here, you hit the little eyeball thing.
Everything's rotating.
But what you're seeing here are mesoscale discussions. So a lot of times you'll hear me talk about those. And
And look at this tiny little storm over here. And the whole thing is rotating.
Illinois. There's a new mesoscale discussion here talking about the probability of a new watch.
My goodness, you got rotation here. Every single one of these storms are rotating. This is not looking good, guys.
You'll know before anybody.
Let me, I'm going to go ahead and pop up the radar because I'm looking at the Minneapolis radar. I'm going to get a closer look at these storms down here. So I'm going to connect to KRAX. Let's jump down there so we can see that one even closer.
And the summary is that large
KMPX, Duluth.
Develop later this afternoon. Well, the watch timing is uncertain, but it's possible, right? So they don't.
Where is the Duluth radar? Okay, that's way up north. Yeah, we don't need that one. We're going to bring it down here.
Up towards Bloomington, close to Chicago.
We're going to bring it down to La Crosse, Wisconsin.
So yeah, that's what you're looking at there. Here's another one. Another discussion here. So yeah, that's what we're looking at there. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. By the way, new tornado warning.
Doesn't look as bad from this radar.
It keeps tightening up. It's really going to try to.
You have a lot of interference though, so this could be off on here. Yeah, you have a huge band of this purple is interference. So I don't know if the wind's blowing the radar really hard or it's getting hit by some hail or something right now. But it's it's not picking up the readings properly here, so we can't even really see what these storms are doing right now from this radar. But we can come back to it here in a little bit.
And this one just got upgraded actually.
It's like we have a little patch of something right there, but yeah, we're gonna have to keep a close eye on these storms.
One that we were just watching on that traffic camera. We still got that pulled up, right? Yeah, here's the traffic camera.
My goodness, guys.
Apparently, some law enforcement confirmed a tornado.
Can't believe how crazy it's getting already today.
Lowering here, but it's getting a little bit far away. So, like, we don't have as good of an eye on this as the law enforcement officer.
So right now, if you're just joining in, we are looking at today's tornado risk. I'll go ahead and pull it back up again. Our outlook. This is for tomorrow, actually. This one right here is tomorrow. This is our tornado threat for tomorrow. Today, this is what we're looking at. So we have a 2% chance in our green, 5% chance in our red, and a 10% hatch risk in the yellow. So this is what we're looking at. So we may see some really strong tornadoes possibly here in the yellow area. It's very possible for any storms in this area to make a strong tornado. Now, but most of these tornado warnings that we're seeing right now is up here in Minnesota. But we have like a storm right here. A couple of them, little isolated supercells are heading up northeast into the yellow area here in Wisconsin now, and that's what we're gonna be really keeping a close eye on right here.
Look at all of these storms, like all of these little.
They're rotating. They're not tornado warned yet, but they are definitely rotating. If you take a look at this bottom section right here, red is the winds going one way, green is the other. And you can see, look, we have rotation in so many locations in all these storms right here. Every single one of them, they got lots of rotation. This is a big, broad rotation right here, but yeah, we got lots of rotation going on. So if anybody is in Wisconsin, you need to be super weather aware today.
So take shelter in Aaron Corner if we haven't already.
It's like we have a tornado in Aaron Corner right now. Where is this at?
Oh, what happened?
Aaron Corner.
Caleb, I'm having to send a new.
I believe it's this one right here. I think that's the one I was already talking about a little bit ago. Let's I gotta go back to that radar. I'm way over here in Milwaukee. Let me get to the radar closer to that storm.
Just like for like 0.5 seconds every like 10 minutes or something, so we don't.
Oh my goodness.
Of it. But once again, if you're just now tuning in, Polk and St. Croix counties, you guys are under a tornado warning for the next 27 minutes.
Yep, it's this one. So they're saying this one's on the ground, according to Ryan Hall, I believe. Let's take a look at the correlation coefficient.
Yeah, and that's not the only.
Okay, so we're talking about this little area. They're saying it's a possible CC drop here. That's where they're saying that this is possibly debris that's lofting up in the air right here from a tornado causing damage. But I mean, we have rotation.
That's for Chippewa, Dunn, and Eau Claire counties.
Definitely have rotation here.
The biggest rotating part of the storm is actually going to go west of the town.
Like right by New Richmond.
That we really need to be watching for in Eau Claire.
Heading up towards St. Prairie, Deer Park, and Amory.
Am I saying that right? Mondovi. You guys really
actually, you know what? Let's take a good 3D view look at the storm.
Being another embedded supercell that creates its own mesocyclone and eventually goes right on up into Eau Claire. Mondovi, yeah. So this is going to go up towards town of Brunswick, Lufkin, and Eau Claire over the next.
I think I cut off the back part of the storm. Yeah, my goodness, yeah.
Y'all watch.
I got to go back, but you can definitely see that right there.
By the way, there's storms going on right now.
Let's recut this out so you can get a better look at this storm.
Pretty robust. Kinley and Lucama, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning. We've got 1-inch hail just dumping on Interstate 95 here.
You can see it right there. That's where the tornado would be, right in here.
For some flash flooding associated.
Let me cut out a little bit more, see if we can get a better view of this.
Way over yonder in Kennebec and Mille Lacs counties in Minnesota. This one's got some crazy.
It's kind of where our strongest rotation is, up through there.
Diameter and 60-mile-per-hour winds.
That's where I turned up to the velocities until they're way higher. So these are the higher winds. The more I move this slider, the more that disappears. That's the stronger the rotating winds are. So it's kind of where that's where our strongest point of rotation is coming down here near New Richmond.
It looks like the main threat with that's going to be wind.
So yeah, this could possibly be on the ground. Like they just said, we've seen a debris signature here. Let me go back a couple scans, see if we can see it again. Right there, my goodness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was on the ground for a while. You can really see a very well-defined debris signature right here. Only that National Weather is actually recording it right here, showing at 5,000 feet all the way up to 14,000 feet. 1.2 strength of rotation right there.
This is where that rotation's happening.
When I just showed you, you've seen it with your own eyes, the high velocities in that storm. It's coming right down to the ground.
64, I should say, near New Richmond over the next couple of minutes. And then it's going to go up towards Stanton and Deer Park. So take shelter immediately.
Yeah, if we got anybody new in chat, anybody just stopping in, just type in the comments or in chat your city and state if you're concerned about your area. I can pull it up and check it out for you because we do have a huge area of threat right now. Let me go ahead and pull it back up. This is where we're looking at seeing possible tornadoes tonight. 2% chance of the green, 5% in the red, and 10% patch risk in the yellow. Go ahead and pull up the big national weather radar map here so you can kind of see all the storms in a big picture here.
Tuesday?
So it looks like Minnesota's just getting beelined by all these big straight line storms, but we do have
Tuesday? Oh,
we have some of these big gigantic supercells down here in
thing, isn't it?
Wisconsin that's heading right up into the really nasty areas, like right in here where we have the 10% hatch risk. So these storms are heading into some really favorable areas for tornadoes. So it's time. It's time to pay close attention.
I don't know how much time I'm going to have. I don't know how.
I think this is the one right here that just had the tornado on the ground. I think it was right in this area. Let's go back to the
But I'm going to try to do that right
GR2 analyst.
The information from this new tornado warning that just came out here for Benton, Morrison, and Stearns.
Can't tell if we still on the ground.
This is for the town of Rice, Royalton.
Looks like the rotation's kind of broadened out. I mean, it's still rotating. I mean, in a much bigger area, but
evident here, but it's definitely something to take shelter for as this approaches Highway 10 near Royalton. This is north and west of St. Cloud. St. Cloud is not included in that warning, but it is approaching Little Falls.
This one makes it easier to see where the rotations are. You got your reds and blues right here.
A lot of you guys did get weather-wise, so that's awesome. I'm glad that you're.
Yeah, you can see this hook right here.
Something else that you can do here. The SPC outlooks, you can look at them yourselves. All right. What I like to do is I like to turn my warnings off.
As long as this storm stays separate, you know, we got this gap in between them. This thing can keep acting up the way it's doing right now.
And now I've just got a nice clean
Kind of, we can hope they all kind of like smush together and we have a big line of storms, and we'll basically just have like a brief spin up thread. Look, we got some really strong rotation down here by Meridian. We just looked at this one not too long ago. It's like it's really picking up here by Elk Mount. We got a pretty violent wind speeds there.
Outbreak of severe weather tomorrow with that moderate risk.
Oh wow!
Here in southeast Missouri, southern Illinois.
It's right on top of Meridian right now. I don't know if this hail or interference causing this, but I mean, the way the radar's showing, it looks like we have some pretty strong gate-to-gate wind shear right there. But it's really hard to say because this is like literally directly between two pockets of hail, so it could be off on the readings.
The I-95 corridor over here on the East Coast, we might have some strong storms as well.
But if that is a strong rotation, it's completely rain wrapped in between two hailstorms. Let me see where the radar is actually at. Okay, so yeah, we're basically the radar's over here, so it's getting the data from here over. So
includes Oklahoma City. It doesn't stop there. Day 5, Oklahoma City.
I mean, it looks like it. Yeah, I mean, it has a pretty clean shot on it.
No, day 6, guys.
I mean, I guess this back part of the hail could be contaminating it right here. So
there's surprisingly nothing on day 7, but of course, I believe that there's a chance that we will even be here for day 7.
We do have some bigger bands of interference here with the purple.
We'll be live here covering significant severe weather, so don't think that today's it, because it's not. Today's actually just the start of our peak.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
So yeah, you can do all that in the WeatherWise app.
I haven't heard anybody in chat yet. You guys have been quiet today.
Free. You can look at the SPC outlooks, radar, all that stuff for free. West of Madison, Wisconsin. Now we have a new.
Oh my goodness! Look at that. This thing's rotating pretty good down here.
We didn't record that last time. Is that Prairie du Sac?
Starting to look a little scary to guys today. Starting to look a little scary.
Out here in Columbia, Dane, Iowa, Sauk and Marquette County.
I got this one warned over here. This is straight beeline of storms right here. I don't think it's really much as a concern as these other ones, but I mean, when you got a big straight line storm like this, it is possible to have a quick brief spin up QLCS tornado. But yeah, if we see any kind of tornadoes coming out of this straight line right here, it'll probably just be a quick brief spin up. Looks like we had one reported back here actually.
I got you.
Stearns, Minnesota, train spotter, debris reported, trees.
Don't worry about me.
Place on Spring Hill. Had a tornado on the ground there just a little bit ago.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about me at all.
Go take a look back at the ones down in Wisconsin that are heading into the bad area. These are the ones I'm really concerned about. Oh my goodness. Got a new tornado warning.
Beyond my existential sound crisis, Eau Claire is still the main character with those ongoing siren reports.
Man, I love Yellbot. I don't know if you've heard Ryan Hall's Yellbot, but she is so funny.
And a little birdie, for several hundred chatters, mentioned Aitken is more like Aitken, and Mill Lax is Mill Lax. Just trying to save you from the pronunciation pitchforks, boss.
Look,
Well,
we
that
got
was no
some
help
pretty good
at all,
rotation right here on
y'all.
this
And sorry, I
back
got my
end
head
here.
y'all bought muted there. I think that you were just hearing it through the mic. I fixed it though, right? I fixed it. All right, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, you know me. You know me. I broke it again.
Let's actually take a good
All right, we
3D
did
view
get a
look at this
new
storm.
tornado warning here. We've got an area of rotation right over Menominee. Okay, so that's moving up past Menominee now, going over Interstate 94 near
Talking about the one
Tramway and
up of
Cedar Falls,
Menominee. Let's go look at
going
that
up
again real
past town
quick.
of Sherman, Wheeler, Baxter, up towards Ridgeland and Wilson. Tornado warning now in effect for Dunn County, Wisconsin. Take shelter now. Take shelter immediately. This is a dangerous storm, y'all.
I mean, the rotation's right
By
here.
the way, that observed
This whole
tornado
thing's
warning
rotating. I
continues
mean, we
for
have a
17 more
rotation
minutes in
here.
Polk
I
and
mean,
St. Croix
it's hard to
counties
see in this
in
big mess, but we
Wisconsin.
have 3
Stay in
spots
your
of
safe
rotation
spots for
right
the next
here in this
17
storm.
minutes.
Right in here, we have 3 spots of really strong rotation now.
Why can't I see purple in my weather-wise? Now that's a question I don't. What? Why can't I see purple in my weather-wise? Does anybody? I'm sorry if I don't. If that's like really obvious, I just don't get it. I would love to help, but I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm starting to think this isn't hail contaminating this. This might be an actually really strong rotation right here inside these storms here. That's a really tight gate to gauge here.
Of course, I said Menominee.
Let's go for another 3D look on this. See if we can get a good look at that rotation. This is just such a big mess of
Ryan,
storms.
heads up. We've got Benjamin Taylor checking in from Berrien
My
County,
goodness, this
Michigan.
thing's over
Getting ready
60,000 feet now. Look at that. My
Benjamin's got a
goodness.
fantastic weather question for you.
I have the blues cut off, but look at that.
When
It's
storms
going off the
pass over
charts
the
here.
lake,
These are over
do they
60,000 feet
typically
high. These storms are
intensify, or
massive.
do they fizzle out? Great
That
question,
little
Benjamin.
spot tipping up's probably where a rotation's
I
popping
think
off
that
too.
it
It's
has
pushing all the way down through
too
when it
much
gets
to do
like
with the
that.
lake, to be honest with
See
you.
if we can see
I
it.
think that sometimes rotation can intensify. Sometimes it can kind of unwind a little bit due to the lack of friction, and sometimes that actually aids in tornado genesis. It's got way more to do with the mid to upper levels and the actual dynamics of the overall storm system itself. But in this case, the lake might have actually helped us
Yeah,
out.
we
a
do
little
have some pretty
if
strong
you're talking about
rotation
the
here,
larger
though.
lakes, those sometimes it's the same thing. It just depends on the intricacies of each
Must be in the
specific
upper
storm.
levels up there. Let's
Sometimes it can
tone
help
down that. I mean, this is
the
really high
storm.
velocities right here. I'm
Sometimes it
turning it
can
down a little bit
interrupt
more.
the,
Okay.
the genesis there of certain storms.
Yeah, this
By the way,
part's
speaking of
looking pretty
storms,
concerning
we have a
here.
severe thunderstorm warning for Madison.
Definitely have a lot of rotation right there,
Madison,
reaching all the way
Wisconsin, it's
down.
y'all's turn, and we've got a decent storm here.
I think
This is
that's our
actually
spot that's popping up
a pretty
above.
robust supercell that's formed from a blip here. It went over Monroe. Now
Yeah.
it's going over Monticello.
You can
one
see it
tail, 60
right there.
mile-per-hour winds as it goes up towards
Yeah, this
Madison.
thing's trying to make a
Getting
tornado right
indoors away
now as
from
we're
windows
watching it.
in Dane and Greene counties in Wisconsin. Also, if there's anybody,
I mean,
that's
we have
listening
multiple
to
areas of
the
rotation here,
production,
too.
if we can turn down the temperature,
Still
1
have 3
degree,
areas of rotation right here.
1 degree, that would be super helpful.
This is a one scary looking storm.
It's currently 83 degrees outside here at the Weather House. And
We're northeast Alabama. You're in good shape today in Alabama. You don't have to worry about any tornadoes today in Alabama. Let me go ahead and pull it up again real quick.
plumb burnt up.
Yeah, you're good. Alabama is clear. The green is our 2% chance for tornadoes. Our red's a 5%, and yellow's the 10% hatch. Let's go tomorrow. Let's see what it looks like for Alabama tomorrow.
We need to make y'all mode automatically do that too.
I mean, you might be barely in the 2% for tomorrow, but yeah, we have a pretty high risk for tornadoes tomorrow too as well. But yeah, it's looking like Alabama's getting lucky today. You don't have to deal with it. Let's say if there's any storms coming out there though. I do have the big radar pulling on 1 second.
Yeah, I do 5. Yeah.
Doesn't look like you have any rain coming, so it looks like it's gonna be nice sunny skies in Alabama
When
today.
you first turn it on, it's probably going to look like this. You're going to see a lot of ground clutter close to the radar sites. I don't necessarily like seeing that. Sometimes it can be useful, though.
Yeah, most of our trouble today is going to be up in here.
Boundaries and
These are our biggest threats right now, these storms.
Otherwise, I like to keep it around 3 to 90 there. No.
And these
season,
two, these are,
like a
this is the big
lake,
storm right here that
a
actually has
stable
3
looking,
strong rotations in it
well,
right now.
Low quality. Well, it's just because
See,
that's how
let's see where that
data
is exactly on our map
smoothing.
here.
You can actually turn the smoothing up there.
So it's east of Minneapolis
And make it look more like
by Eau Claire.
TV radar stuff if you want to, but I personally don't like that. And then, of course,
Yeah, I mean, those
the
storms are
big
heading right into here, so these storms are in a bad area right now.
Kind of look and see, how far away are we from the radar site right now, and how far up are we looking at in the storm here? The closer we are to the radar,
man,
closer to the
that looks like a really strong rotation right there, but it's literally right on top of the hail, so I don't know if we can believe that.
Farther away from the radar we are.
Believe that's actually a proper scan, but let me go ahead and pull up the end right here. You can look at the
so it's harder to find
the wind speeds and stuff here.
Storms, when we're really far away from the radar.
So, I mean, we do have a lot of wind here.
As far as I know, I don't think there's another app that does that. So that's really
and regardless, we have a ton of hail falling down really hard, or we do have some pretty tight rotations in here. They are tornado warned.
I think that's super awesome.
But National Weather's pretty much in the same boat as I am, where they're like, yeah, we can't tell for sure whether this is a tornado or just hail. Like it's just everything's all mixed together so much. It's hard to see, hard to know for sure.
And Angus, you guys need to get indoors and away from windows, as we do have a very strong storm coming in right now. Here's what it looks like.
Yeah, when we look at the rotations here, you basically have, your colors going one way and the other. And, hail falls down to the ground, so it's going to basically show a different direction than the wind. So you get a lot of hail contamination sometimes. It looks like we have 2-inch hail there right now. Look at
what about radar?
Carysville? Yeah, we have 2.15 inch size hail in Carysville right now.
Radar apps, super awesome.
So this thing's producing some monster hail as well.
A promoter of Radar Mega. I stand by that.
Yeah, you're right, Laura. I mean, it's
I'm proud of the time that we spent promoting them.
Wisconsin and Minnesota. Well, Minnesota's actually had weather there this storm season. It's not a very common thing, that's for sure.
Lots of people are asking about other apps. Like, it doesn't matter which one you use.
You have 4 tornado warnings. We actually have a radar confirmed. Okay. So this one up here is radar confirmed. Let me go back up to the Minneapolis radar.
Coming across I-94 right now.
They're saying this one's on the ground right now by radar.
It's green, ain't it?
It's a big mess, that's for sure.
Is this a Hulk storm?
Maybe we had a debris signature here.
Look that way, but we've tracked plenty of storms that were actually green.
Now this thing, we did see a tornado here a while back. Looks like they just downgraded it. I think this one's about to drop off. So we got a new tornado warning just north of it. But we did see a tornado in this storm here a while back. We did have a small debris signature near New Richmond. Right here. I'm pretty sure this thing was on the ground. You got National Weather. They had the readings from 5,000 feet all the way up to 4,000 feet at a 1.2 rating here. And yeah, the rotation's right here, and you can actually see a little debris ball that formed there. So this thing was on the ground for a little bit. This thing did drop down and do a little bit of damage. We did look at the 3D view of it. It was you could see it. Let's take another 3D view of it, actually. See what it's doing now.
And by the way, so this is an example of what we could see today with these storms, even without specific tornadoes. This is mostly straight line damaging winds, what we're seeing here. This is a live look right now.
That's coming down right through here. I don't know if I can go back far. Yeah, I'm gonna have to recut it out so I can go back a couple more scans and kind of see what this thing was doing, because this was on the ground for a little bit.
Dylan, if you don't care to look at Discord.
This is about a minute and a half ago, but I think about 5 minutes ago, this thing was on the ground. We did have that debris signature, yeah, right here.
If you're in Eau Claire,
yeah, this thing was on the ground there for a while. You can see it right here.
We can expect over the next little bit, especially in Elk Mound, Colfax.
That was back when it was on the ground. They just let that confirmed tornado expire and just went back to a normal warning because it's kind of looks like it's pulled itself back up and broadened out the rotation. And it looks like it's still trying, but it's not reaching down nearly as far.
Definitely think we saw some, what was that, 60, 70 mile per hour.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Ryan Hall's looking at a street cam. It's just cranking winds over there. Where is that at?
So make sure you're ready for that. Even up there towards Chippewa and Bloomer.
I-94 at Wisconsin 29. 511 Wisconsin Gov, number 22 camera. And it is cranking there. My goodness, those winds are.
This other one too, Dylan. That'll be one that's hit next.
It's like people are pulling over. It's so crazy there right now.
Now tuning in, we do have a tornado warning for the western side of Eau Claire.
How you doing, Jonathan?
The town of Elk Mound, and this is what it looks like in Elk Mound right now. It's going across Highway 94, and we're going to continue to see this move off towards Tilden and Bloom and Eagle Point. Now, in Bloomer, in areas north of Eau Claire, you're not under any sort of warning right now, but you could be soon. So. Y'all watch out.
Right now, it's kind of bad all over the place.
How are we doing in Eau Claire?
Let me go ahead and do our quick overview again here. We have
hopefully we're doing all right. Are the sirens going off? Sometimes
have a 2% chance for tornadoes in the green, 5% in the red, and a 10% hatched in the yellow. And yeah, we got a lot of storms right up in here heading right into the yellow right now, and they're all tornado warned and they're causing problems.
It's going to be loud. It's going to be
this one just dropped a tornado briefly for a while. It looks like it picked back up. The rotation's been really broad on it since. But it looks like, yeah, it looks like it's trying to recycle right here.
Storm, and it's something that we need to take seriously here and take shelter for in Chippewa, Dunn, Eau Claire, and Pepin counties.
Yeah, all these purple polygons you see, all these purple polygons are the tornado warnings, and the red ones are the severe thunderstorm warnings. But yeah, these down here are the ones we got to really keep an eye on too, because these are heading right up into the favorable area, and they're more discrete supercells down there.
So we're starting to see it move.
Yeah, see, we had the tornado reported here. St. Croix, Wisconsin reported. Deputy reported a tornado on the ground north of Roberts along 110th. That's back when we seen that discrete picture. Yeah, you can see this now. This thing's really starting to recycle. Look, the greens are kicking back in. This thing's starting to rotate again pretty good. Looks like it's recycling. Not only that, it has 2-inch hail right behind it. This is a nasty storm. This is one nasty storm. Yeah, everything's rotating. Look at this. I still though I don't know if I can believe this scan right here. Like we got these areas of rotation, but that just might be the hail falling, right? So this may or may not be tornadic activity because it could most likely just be hail contamination. But it sure looks like it's rotating. They do have a tornado warn though. I mean, it's just smart to keep it tornado warn just because the situation, right? Yeah, all these storms are rotating regardless, but with the hail contamination, you can't really know for sure whether we have a tornado in there or not.
To actually issue some y'all watches. He's out in the field, and Andy's issuing y'all watches right now. Look at this. Y'all watch out. In Eau Claire, Andy has low.
Yeah, I wanted to jump down to the
in this storm that is south and east
jump
of
back
Eau Claire.
down to Milwaukee.
Tornado warning in the future here, and I agree. Cleghorn, town of Washington, and Lake.
These are still just thunderstorm warned at the moment, which is good.
Here, as this storm is actually rotating quite significantly right now. By the way, for those of you,
They all have rotation though.
Y'all mode on WeatherWise. We're now doing this, when Andy is available. Right now, it's only when Andy's available. You guys can see y'all.
Go back to KRAX.
So, and it looks just
Lacrosse.
like
Lacrosse has a pretty good view on these storms too.
Who issued it? It's issued by Andy Hill.
If this radar is working better now, it was having some. Yeah, it's still. We still got a lot of interference right here. Not sure what's going on with this radar, but it's maybe getting smashed by winds or something right now. It's shaking it really bad. It's one thing I want to point out too. A lot of radar apps. That's why I really like GR2 Analyst. Is if you're using like Radar Omega or WeatherWise, it's not. It just leaves out the contamination, and it's very important that you know when it's there because you can't really trust the readings, because we know that there's something going on with this radar right now. It's not reading everything properly, but
I think. But yeah, definitely Cleghorn. This is something I would take seriously. You are not under.
Haven't had any good scans out of this one for a while. It's been dealing with some contaminations quite a bit there lately.
But I would definitely watch that storm very.
Looks like we just got a new report here from National Weather. What do we got? Okay. So, yep. we got a pretty strong rotation right here in Franklin now. Looks like they might tornado warn this one soon.
So we're keeping a very close eye on that.
So it's rotating at a 1.2 strength from 7,500 feet all the way up to 16,000 feet right here now. That's just north of Franklin, and this is heading northeast in Wisconsin. It's heading up towards, let's actually see what direction this is going exactly. Kind of get a good look.
Yeah, and you guys are supporting the weather-wise thing so much that we might actually be able to turn y'all watches into something that
National Weather puts one of these little twisty little arrows here. That's not good. That means we got some pretty strong rotation there. So yeah, this is heading up towards Taylor and Hickston right now in Wisconsin.
Cool, and I'm open to doing that. So something else to watch out for.
Really can't see the rotation that well, but I mean, you definitely can see the hook. Let's look at the NROC. You can see the rotation here at the green and the blue here.
Watching this area of rotation around Highway 93 here near Cleghorn.
If we got anybody new in chat that's just hopped in here, and if you're concerned about the weather in the area tonight, just type your city and state or county and state in the chat or the comments, and I can check it out for you if you're concerned.
Where, like, did this happen before? Like, is this a common thing? I feel like I never heard of anybody doing this before.
Overpass people again.
Started streaming. It's like people are doing it just.
And the winds are cranking there.
With us. That's what it feels like. This is not a good idea, y'all. Like, you might protect your windshield from a little bit of hail, but you could also cause a pileup.
They're always picking on the people underneath the underpass. It is dangerous. If there's a tornado and you're under an underpass, it's extremely dangerous. I know a lot of people don't know that, but
so keep that in mind. You know what I mean?
You don't want to be underneath an underpass or an overpass when there is a tornado. It's it magnifies everything and
not a smart thing to do. Also, like if
reach some pretty nasty velocities underneath it.
That's like the worst thing you can do. Like being under an overpass is not going to protect you from a tornado at all.
Heard from Ryan Hall himself. I don't blame people. I would do the same thing, right? If I'm in a car and there's a tornado coming at me, the first thing I would think is like, go wedge myself up into a underpass where I can't get blown away. But
storm warning for Barron, Chippewa, Dunn, Eau Claire, Pepin, and Rusk counties in Wisconsin. This includes Bloomer, Cornell, and
this thing's rotating pretty good. It's got a nasty looking hook on that thing too, so should get a good 3D view of that. See if we can actually see the rotation. 1 second here. My polygons are throwing me off.
Oh, holy smokes. Check this out.
Yeah.
Here's a photo, from
I just use what GR Analyst is set up based as. I'm just used to it. I mean, I've been using GR Analyst for like 5 years now, and they've always done purple as tornadoes. I know some people do red as tornadoes.
That is a crazy looking drill bit tornado.
Oh, wow. What is that? Where was that?
So this was with the storm that went through New Richmond earlier. So this is the one.
That was the tornado from New Richmond earlier.
So this is the one that we were looking at on the traffic camera with the wall cloud that went.
That's the one we had the debris signature on.
We're looking at that on the traffic camera. So once it got a little bit farther out of
it wasn't down very long, but it was down.
Wall cloud, we just couldn't see it through the traffic camera. So
let me take a look at a 3D view of the storm now. See if we can see this rotation.
It looks like no major reports of damage yet. But holy
my goodness, these storms are massive.
By the way, if you guys want to see that over there on Twitter, thank you, Kath, for sending that in. That's like a storm chaser's dream tornado right there. And you just happen to see it. Your mom.
Yeah, this thing is scary. I'm not gonna lie. This thing is strong.
We'll keep
I mean, and it's not really pulled itself together, but this is really high velocities here.
That are coming out of that area.
Like this is at about 100 miles an hour. These winds are rotating about 100 miles an hour up through the storm right here. This is scary looking.
We've got 60 mile per hour.
I know we don't really have any like tight signatures of rotation down here, but that's pretty strong.
Also Aitkin, Carrollton, and Pine
Like I'm slowing down the velocities, right? As I move this over, that's the weak velocities are. Right here, they're really weak here. But as I move it over, this is the stronger velocities get, right? Keep going stronger, 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 and you can kind of see our shape right here of where our strongest velocities are. That's looking pretty scary. This storm might cause some serious problems. It's very concerning looking to me.
This is for quarter size hail and
I normally don't see this high of velocities inside of a storm this stretched out this far. That is a very scary looking. It's really not even showing up that well on the radar here.
In Virginia.
Can we look at the velocities here?
Yeah, get ready for the 1.5 inch.
Okay, it's showing now. We got it now. Yeah, you can definitely see the rotation right here. It's in two spots. You got one here. You got a big broad rotation here. But yeah, the tightest point. Look at this. Oh my, yeah, it's at a 1.5 strength now from 7,000 feet all the way up to 43,000 feet in the air. Like this is looking really, really nasty looking right here. This storm, I don't know why they haven't tornado warned this yet, but it should probably happen pretty soon.
And we saw this thing form on the traffic camera.
Absolutely, Laura. That's what I'm here for. I'm just here to help people. You know, it's Ryan Hall and Max Velocity. They get so many thousands of viewers and people coming in. They want help, but they can't. So I figured I'd help advertise for them and try to help people out if they're concerned. They can just come in here and ask, check out the area for them. But yeah, I don't stream at all unless I feel like there's like, I only turn on the stream when I know it's like, yeah, this is getting dangerous.
Meteorologist Andy Hill in his element there with Hunter. Going down the road, trying to find a tornado.
I just make sure when I'm online, like if people need help, like they really need it when I'm here, it's like, because these storms are looking scary now, especially this one. This one is extremely scary looking. I know we can't really see it on the velocity that well, but we saw the 3D view of it. This thing is an absolute beast right now. This thing is just cranking the winds. It's going all the way up to 45,000 feet with those rotations. And it does have a well-defined hook. We just got a new tornado warning. I don't know where. They put it down here. It's here.
This is for Columbia and Sauk counties in Wisconsin. We've got
an rotation
here near LaRue, moving up towards North Freedom.
They warned this one down. Oh wow, yeah. Look at that.
And Wisconsin Dales, take shelter now.
There's so many areas of rotation. This is crazy. That's a very tight rotation right there.
And we also need to watch out.
That's like right in between the two radars, it looks like. We got Milwaukee over here, then we have La Crosse. I can probably see it pretty well at either radar. It's kind of ways away from La Crosse, but you can still see it pretty well. Let's take a look at the 3D view of this thing.
Please take shelter now. We've got 70 mile per hour winds.
That's a very tight couplet for the last 3 scans. My goodness.
Carlsbad.
Today's looking a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. I know we really haven't had any big long track tornadoes yet, but these storms are actually looking really scary. I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
And my goodness, we got a new tornado warning for Eau Claire once again. And this is right in line with Andy's Y'all Watch. This
got another tornado warning.
The Y'all Watches are so important, in my opinion. We just got a 20-minute heads up there, an early heads up on a tornado warning.
It's about a minute and a half behind, so I don't know if I can see anything.
Near the town of Washington, moving up towards Eau Claire. Eau Claire, get back into your safe spots. We've got a tornado warning again for Chippewa and Eau Claire counties in Wisconsin. Take shelter now. We do have several traffic cameras again in the path here. Watch around that one.
I kind of cut this one off, but you can see it kind of reaching down right there.
Have another potential tornado near Trillium, moving up towards Altoona.
This is also a couple scans back. We have to look at it here again in a couple more minutes. It does look like we have a really, really tight velocity couplet there.
24 minutes.
That's pretty tight.
And yeah, that area of rotation is quite robust. So this one could, hey, listen, these storms are producing tornadoes today. There's no doubt about it now, right? Like there's no denying that this happened. All right. And every storm today is going to have its own capability to do something similar.
I want to take a look at Milwaukee. Take a look at these bottom storms down here because we got more storms forming. I don't even think we've even looked at these yet. I think these are newer. Oops, I just messed up the radar. Let's go back up there. I want to go back a bit and see where these storms form. Okay. Yeah, look at that. This storm just came out of nowhere. This thing it didn't even exist 30 minutes ago. Like it just grew out of nowhere. This is scary. I'm not gonna lie. This looks pretty scary how we have these isolated supercells just pop out of nowhere. Oh man. Look how big this thing got in 20 minutes. That's just unreal.
They might send Andy to correct you personally if you get it wrong.
30 minutes ago, this thing didn't exist. And let's see how big this thing is now.
I appreciate the help.
Oh. It's already 50,000 feet up in the air, and it's not even 30 minutes old yet. Unreal. This instability is off the charts.
We do have Chippewa and Eau Claire County still under a tornado warning. We still have that considerable severe thunderstorm warning up here in northern Minnesota. But
My
one
goodness.
of our newer severe thunderstorm warnings was just issued for Jackson and Monroe counties in Wisconsin.
Thing just came out of nowhere.
Speaking of Wisconsin, come on, Wisconsin.
All these storms, they're heading right up into the yellow area. So this is like,
what the heck is this?
we're starting to hit into the main event. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at all those people. There has to be an accident. There's no way they're all parked there.
What? Listen, I don't want to spend too much time on this because we do it every time, right?
My goodness.
Don't do this, guys. That's bad. But like,
I mean, they're going bumper to bumper traffic now.
Ain't no way anybody thinks that that's the right thing to do.
That would be if a tornado came through there, that would be a nightmare. All those cars stuck there. Oh my goodness.
Like,
Unreal.
Like, well, you guys shouldn't do that, but like,
Here's a whole traffic jam.
I don't know what the heck's going on there. I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine doing that. Anyways, Columbia and Sauk counties in Wisconsin, you guys are under a tornado warning. This is west of the town of Baraboo. And it's moving up towards Lake Delton. All right, so the area of rotation is currently near LaRue and Rock Springs right now, and that's moving.
Yeah, this is looking scary.
Dalewood, Lake Delton, and Wisconsin Dells. Additionally, Polk County, Wisconsin.
Got that rotation right there. Still has a hook.
Tornado warning right now.
I'm actually looking at it from the Milwaukee radar. Let's go back over to the other one.
Is the storm that's going through Eau Claire. All right, and right now in downtown Eau Claire, how big is the hail? Is the hail pretty big?
Looks just as bad from here. I wonder if that's on the ground. Is that why all those cars are stopping there?
People parking under overpasses and stuff. But I don't see any large hailstones, which I'm guessing it would be hard to see from this vantage point. But the hail core is right over Eau Claire right now.
That's exactly where it would be, right in there.
This one makes a little bit more sense. Waiting it out in the tunnel. Nobody's blocking the road. The reason this is so dangerous is because whenever the strongest...
Just unreal.
Hits,
I mean...
It's a whiteout and it's blinding. And the semi-truck's coming down the road and doesn't realize they've got to stop. Like, you know, it's a recipe for disaster. And also, if there is something to protect yourself from, maybe there's a gas station that you could have gotten to down the road. And
I have a feeling there's an accident. I don't think they would all just stop like that.
There's nothing that they can do about it because you've blocked the only...
Probably an accident.
Listen, I'm not the daggone police. I ain't your daddy, okay? But, like, that's why I don't like talking about this.
On the hunt for spiny boys. That's what you want to call it. They're out there. I mean, we got some nasty rotations.
That is plumb wild, y'all. Plumb wild.
Today is looking a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. Look at this. It's upticking big time here. We're like 50 knots one way. So we're about 90 mile per hour gate to gate shear right there. Let me look at the
We are experiencing a very strong storm.
Yep. I mean, I can't believe this isn't on the ground yet. It has to be on the ground or close to it.
And we do have a tornado warning. We need everybody in Eau Claire.
So it's about 80 miles an hour this way. Yeah, it's about 130 mile per hour gate to gate wind shear right here, or rotation.
Specifically around Altoona.
So it's rotating about 130 miles an hour right there.
Chippewa Falls, Town of Lafayette, and Wissota Green.
I just don't know if it's on the ground yet.
By the way, back room, if somebody could get the door, I think.
Let's try to take another 3D view. 3D view is like a minute and a half behind, but yeah, this is heading towards Rock Springs, Lake Delton, Wisconsin Dells. Like, we have a very strong rotation heading right towards you guys.
I think we're a little bit out of sync. There it is. So it is Hunter and Andy's goal over the next couple of days to get the Ryan Hall Y'all bobblehead in a tornado.
So many storms in there. Oh my goodness. You cannot deny that. Like, there it is right there.
All right. That counts. I'm basically reading.
Absolutely nasty looking rotation dropping down right there.
The Ryan Hall Y'all bobblehead will be in a
Turn up the
tornado.
velocities a little bit. So these are our strongest velocities right here. I mean, you can't deny that this is just about a tornado on the ground.
So maybe
This thing is trouble. That's the strongest parts of the rotation right there, coming all the way up, all the way down to here. And if I lower the velocities a little bit, you can see how it reaches down a little further. So this thing is just so close to being on the ground, like right here. You see how the velocity is a little weaker from here to here. That's all it needs, and this thing's on the ground. It could be already on the ground now. This is from a minute and a half ago, so.
This is a pretty strong storm right here. Coming up towards Fairchild, the Clark County Forest. Get ready.
Looked like it kind of downtrended in the last scan. Looks like the velocity's weakened a little bit. I mean, not too much. I mean, it's still rotating really tight there.
We have a severe thunderstorm warning for Pine and Burn.
How much hail do? Oh, we got a hailstorm right here too. That could be throwing that off as well. The readings we're getting on that.
So yeah, that's what we're dealing with here.
The radar's coming all the way through here to here. So it's got to go through that hailstorm to get the reading. So it could be off.
And 5 and 3. There we go. Awesome. So if you're just now tuning in, we are in the middle of a severe weather outbreak. We currently have 2 tornado warnings in effect. And we've got a super chat here that y'all
see this.
Begging me to relay.
Ryan, heads up, my man. Hunter the Reckoning just dropped a super chat, and it's a piece of solid advice directed your way. If you are watching Ryan's stream and parked under the freeway,
Got the other tornado. We're down to 2 tornado warnings right now, but
instead of getting noticed,
let's go back up north to the other one.
they're blocking other people from getting home to take shelter too.
Now, I don't think people are doing it to get noticed on stream. I think
Looks like we got a hailstorm warmed up here again.
For some reason, people think that it's a smart thing.
I don't know if this is a rotation or a big glob of hail. One or the other.
You're probably plenty smart. But at somewhere along the
Like
way,
it's getting some really strong velocities right here by Tilden.
Right, that is not a very smart thing to do. All right, let's do 5 and 3 now.
Really hard to say with this one.
Yeah, there we go.
My guess is they're just keeping it warm to be safe. This is Wisconsin too, right? So, like, they're not used to any tornado activity really very often. So they might just be tornado warning it just to be safe, because they really can't tell with all this hail right here. The way it looks to me is, I mean, the storm's obviously rotating, right? But there's so much hail contamination.
Reportedly up to lemon-sized hail falling with this, and that's coming up towards Chippewa.
And you can't count anything right in here. That's all hail right here.
So y'all get ready for that.
Pause the GFS run for a sec, Ryan. The chat.
I mean, this is a rainstorm. This is a rainstorm in Texas, but this is a big deal in Wisconsin, right? So they're gonna keep stuff warm. I mean, absolutely, this storm's still a threat regardless, because you got 2-inch hail coming through here, and a big hail core. We got lots of nasty winds, like.
More hail reports.
But
automotion concerns continue, and Baraboo with its active warnings.
I don't know.
Madison is also
No,
getting
I just you just can't really tell with all this hail, right? You can't tell if there's a tornado there or not, really.
Spot in Minnesota you mentioned earlier.
Grigla? Okay. We've got lots of
This one down here in the south definitely looks rough.
At US 53. So we're going to keep watching that very closely.
This one is definitely rotating very well right here.
No tornado with that one. But we also have a new tornado y'all watch that you guys
Yeah, it looked really, that
might have seen in your
looked like it was about ready to drop on the ground right here.
By the way, I don't
on
know
this
if we ever
scan.
got around to it.
And it downtrended a little bit.
Make it to where if a y'all watch is issued, you can actually make it play this
I
sound
mean,
on your app.
it's not giving up. This thing's just rotating nonstop. I mean, the end rod's still there.
Y'all watch.
I mean, the end rod's getting brighter too. So I mean, this thing's not giving up.
Glenn, up there towards Lewiston. This is Sauk County and Columbia County in Wisconsin.
Pretty much just depends whether or not these storms like merge together or not.
Decent area of rotation that's popped up.
They stay split up. This might end up on the ground.
North of the town of Prairie du Sac, and it's moving up towards Lewiston once again. So this is going to be happening east of Wisconsin Dells, west of Portage.
All right, let's go back down to. Let's do this. If there's anybody new in chat, just hopping in here. If you're concerned about your area tonight, just type in your city and state in the chat or the comments. Just type it in there, and I can check it out for you. Or just make sure you put the state. You can do city or county, whichever you want me to check for you. Pull it up and see what's going on tonight for you. I'll go ahead and bring up the overview again. So this is our tornado threat for the night here. We got a 2% chance of tornadoes in the green, 5% in the red, and then a 10% hatch risk in the yellow. So like Wisconsin, northern Indiana, southern Michigan, looks like the biggest threat's going to be in these areas tonight. And that's just for tornadoes. Let's go ahead and look at the categorical. So this is where we're expecting like thunderstorms today. It's pretty much anywhere in these areas we're going to see rainy thunderstorms. And then for hail, hail, obviously, we got a bunch of big hail here in this red area. Then our wind. So we're supposed to see a lot of wind up here too. And I'm like right here, smack dab north of Cincinnati. I hope I don't lose power tonight because I got some big winds coming. Then again, for tomorrow, we do have a pretty big threat for tomorrow as well. We have a 10% hatch risk here in Ohio Valley, so things can get pretty crazy tomorrow as well. Let me go ahead and pull up the big National Weather Radar and kind of look at everything in overview.
Here is some hail. This photo was sent in by Will from Eau Claire. Now that's about lemon-sized hail right there. So that hail just fell in the Eau Claire area, right?
These are like all our troublemakers right in here right now.
And now we do expect that might continue on up towards the north.
And this is pretty much it. We just got to stay focused on all this right now. If we have any more storms popping up, it's like we got some storms forming down here near Davenport.
That's going to be the case there for you guys, for y'all. Sorry.
You have more storms forming further south, so we could see some more action further south down. So let's take a look at this.
That doesn't work.
Look at the map again.
And another place that would likely see some very large hail here soon is going to be Chippewa Falls. If you haven't already seen it yet, this sized hail,
yeah, I mean, very
actually coming towards you right now.
Very possible we could see tornadoes in Illinois today too. These storms forming down here.
Becoming a big deal now. North of the town of Madison, we
got storms forming here. Just very tip of Iowa heading into Illinois.
For Pontiac, Fall River, and Columbus.
That's like right where our threat starts, right here, right at the edge of Iowa.
It looks like storm chaser Jordan Hall was just hit by that storm that produced lemon-sized hail. Hopefully we're watching him back there. He's one of our people we want to have up if they've got.
Also, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and turn off all the severe warnings because they're taking up so much room. I mean, obviously we have tons and tons of severe warnings, right? So we're just going to leave the tornado ones on now. Looks like we have a pretty big rotation here. Looks like National Weather's logging something here at Kendall. Okay, so yeah, this one's rotating from 7,000 feet all the way up to 21,000 feet at a 1.3 strength, and it clearly has a nice looking hook right there. Got a rotation as well.
Wisconsin, this is Jackson County, Eau Claire County, Clark County once again. Get ready in Northfield up towards Fairchild. No warning, but we have low confidence that a warning could come out for that storm at some point here as it goes up.
Looks pretty broad on the radar, but let's take a look at the 3D view. Maybe that's where they're getting these measurements from.
Wisconsin all the way down into southern portions. I'm sorry, from Minnesota all the way down into southern portions of Wisconsin. And we're about to see an explosion of storms, I believe, here around Chicago. So notice all of our red dots down here. Here's Brandon Kopic. Here's Connor Croft. Here is Matthew Capucci. Here's Brad Arnold. You see all these storm chasers here, some of the best storm chasers in the world. And Caleb Beecham.
Can't deny that rotation either.
Chicago.
So this thing's rotating really well too.
You might be thinking, why? There ain't nothing going on.
Yeah, they're seeing the rotation from 7,000 feet all the way up to 21,000 feet. So, yeah, the sucker's rotating too. Got a lot of scary looking storms tonight.
And actually, right now we've got some really crazy cape, all right, or thunder.
That's not even tornado warned.
All day today. And then right as we go into the evening, we believe that the cap in the atmosphere is going to kind of let loose a little bit. And we are going to have an explosion of a couple of supercells that could cause significant tornadoes
up here by Warrens.
So get ready around Chicago. It doesn't look very active on the radar right now, but it is coming, okay?
So it's coming to Chicago, according to Ryan Hall. It's coming. Wow. I need to go back to the radar. I want to see that.
Watching in Madison, Wisconsin right now.
That looks really scary from
you guys are under a
La Crosse.
warning. The strongest storm is off to your south off to your north and west. That one's going to be dropping 1.5-inch hail.
Let's go back to Milwaukee.
Highway 12 corridor right now between Ashton Corners and town of Springfield. And we do have a storm chaser on there.
Yeah, turn off the thunderstorm warnings on this one. We just got too many of them covering up the whole screen.
On this storm to come in.
And this thing's really cranking.
And speaking of
my
Chicago,
goodness.
We've got our very own Caleb Beecham in Chicago right now. Caleb, are you ready for us?
Look at that last scan.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to give
I'm surprised none of these have hit the ground yet.
not a lot has changed since I last touched base with
That
you.
thing is cranking right there.
Began to see storms start to fire down to our south and west.
Yellow's like 80 miles an hour. The green's like 40 to 50. So that's about 130 mile per hour gate to gate shear right there. That was last scan though. Looked like it downtrended a little bit here. I mean, clearly monstrous broad rotation here, and also a tight rotation on the inside as well. Oh my goodness, yeah, this thing's going down. That's going down for sure. This one's going to be on the ground any minute, if it's not already. That's it. That's our first big one today, I think. All right, so yeah, this is heading towards. It's by Merrimack. It's heading up towards Portage, and we're in Wisconsin. Yeah, that doesn't downtrend. This is trouble right here. This thing shot up on the NROT.
So as far as you know, Caleb, so far the concert's still on, right?
Yeah, as of right now.
My goodness, guys.
Still on. I did just have one of the employees actually come in and talk to me. They were just kind of asking questions, what we were doing here, why we were set up, because I guess they use this area where I'm actually parked at right now as part of the parking for Soldier Field as overflow. So as of right now, the concert is 100% projected to be on, and as of right now, no delays have been announced.
All right, man. Well, thank you for the update.
Here we're about to have a tornado on the ground, guys, if it's not already down.
Okay. That's Caleb Beecham out there in Chicago right now. We don't have a lot of good traffic camera coverage or tower cameras in Chicago that we have access to.
Ryan Hall's not looking at it.
So we sent Caleb Beecham down there. We've got a great shot of the city. We're talking to the local people and stuff. And also, we've kind of centralized ourselves in the greatest risk area.
That's a very powerful rotation right there.
And our nonprofit organization needs to go out there and help people, right? So that's why we've got Caleb out there. Here's what I think we ought to do. Nobody knows that there's a storm coming. Let's get a daggone mega speaker, mount it on top of Caleb's truck wherever he goes, and let's just blast this.
Doesn't look as bad on the 3D view, but that end rod is picking up a ton of rotation. Yeah, that has to be on the ground by now. We just hit the red end rod.
All right, Weather Daddy Ryan.
It's rotating from 4,000 feet all the way up to 40,000 feet and 1.5 strength. I don't know how this isn't like upgraded yet. So anybody who lives in Portage, man, you need to get in your safe spot. They haven't upgraded this tornado warning yet, but I have a feeling it's coming. If this stays like this, this is bad.
Petunia in West Overshoe WI is about to get yeeted. Also, a gentle PSA from the chat. It's Minong for Minong and Poinet for Poinet. Bless your heart.
Pull up max velocity real quick. Max velocity has to be talking about this one.
Large lowering. Very low clouds.
Yeah, I see it.
My goodness.
Let's see what Max is saying.
I'm saying, oh my goodness.
Generally, when we hit red in the end rod,
I mean, velocities are on radar are really strong. We also got a little storm that's forming to the southwest of it. Could nudge into it a little bit. That could also produce, kind of ramp up the tornado threat here. This thing, I think, is about to drop, though. We got a huge lowering.
yeah, Max is actually looking at the storm.
Huge wall cloud right there. Got a hook
That's this one right here. He's looking at that one. I mean, this thing's scary. This thing is cranking.
Latest scan showing the main area of rotation now over Durward's Glen.
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. I'm gonna pull up.
It's a strong tornado. I mean, the velocities are off the charts.
Pull up Google Maps. I want to see exactly where we're at on this thing.
Wasn't a siege, it was just cloud to cloud lightning.
We're just north of Merrimack, Wisconsin.
At the minimum, a large wall cloud, and I don't think this is far from producing a tornado. Again, velocities have been very strong. This is the strongest area of rotation that we've seen today in terms of the velocity winds. Like, they are very strong. Could easily get a strong tornado out of a storm like this as it moves up towards Portage. This is our only active tornado warning, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. This is literally the only tornado warning that we currently
Wisconsin.
have.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
All right, the timing is ridiculous. We have a new tornado warning. That's going to be over near Nelsville and Greenwood. And that is actually a strong area of rotation coming up on 73 in Greenwood. So if you're in this tornado warning, seek shelter, get away from windows, lowest floor possible, and get to an interior room of your home or building. We also have storm chaser Freddie McKinney, who's going to be coming up on this here soon. So I'm going to get him on screen somehow. Let's do this first.
This rotation's just north of Merrimack.
Who's on this other storm?
Right up here by Hill Cemetery-ish area.
I just need to quickly put up.
It's heading towards Larson.
I think the next our exit is pretty close. Yeah. I think if we can try to get to the exit.
Up towards Larson Holiday Farm. Temporary closed.
This is Freddie McKinney.
Heading up towards Cow Palace Dairy Farm. Looks like a lot of houses in this area. So we keep working this way up to Portage. Portage is pretty big. So yeah, this storm is
It's going to be something that we are working with heavily over the next, or at least over the long term. Got some exciting news coming up here soon. Freddie McKinney is currently coming in from the north side on I-39.
I mean,
heading towards Portage into Cora.
Approaching the Portage, Wisconsin area right now.
it's cranking. Kind of just absorbed that storm back behind it too. You see right here, just absorbed right in the back of it. So this is probably going to kind of throw it off for a minute. It's going to have to recycle, but this thing's still cranking. It's got lots of rotation still.
Figure out a way to put Freddie on the bottom. I'm on the bottom right of your screen. So again,
again, strong area of rotation right now coming up into Decorah and
Look at
Portage over
all
the next
these
5 to
hail
10
reports.
minutes.
My
We are also
goodness.
keeping an eye on the storm nudger, if you will, back over just to the southeast of Baraboo. Apparently that's what it is, Baraboo. And so that could actually influence the storm a little bit. We'll see what happens in the next few radar scans, but still a very concerning storm.
Where's our other
Back up to
tornado warning
Nelsonville,
at?
southwest of Loyal,
Up
we have an
north.
area
Okay,
of
let's go look at that one.
rotation on the latest scan that is currently
I'm gonna leave this
tracking
radar
towards
right on top of
7
this storm. Let's go look at the other one.
If we have to run, we can run.
It's back over to Freddie.
Alright, starting to get view of something here.
Yeah, look like that storm just threw off the rotation pretty good there for a bit. It's gonna have to recycle. I mean, still the strongest points like right here. It's still rotating from 4,900 feet all the way up to 40,000 though. Just dealing with a big swath of mess right here that just crashed into it.
Keeping an eye on CJ still. He's not.
All right, let's go up north.
Does it connect to your phone?
It's been connected since.
Okay, good deal, good deal. We might have
Got
to
another rotation right here. Okay, yeah, yep. Right in here.
view to the right.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this one's rotating really well, too. This one's rotating 5,000 feet all the way up to 38,000 feet. And this is completely rain wrapped if it does drop.
Just to the east of the inflow notch.
Let's take a look at a 3D view of this one.
Has gotten a little bit broader, but it's mainly because of this storm merger that's happening on the southwest side. And depending on this storm interaction, it could definitely affect the longevity of this storm, or at least the short-term potential of a tornado. And then the long
This
term
thing's
could
no
actually
joke.
produce a more significant
Same
tornado.
thing. We have
If that
extremely high velocities in the upper levels of the storm.
Freddie has a view of this. We're going to see it in 2
I mean, this. I have this slide almost all the way over. Look how strong these velocities are. Like up in this area, we're looking at up to over 100 mile an hour rotations one way here. Like this thing is absolutely cranking.
Oh, there it is. What is that? Big bull. Big bull. Big bull.
I'm actually gonna start recording.
But as I drop the velocities down,
360 running. Got a bull. I don't know if that's
this
a
thing
bull
is
or
both of these storms look absolutely scary looking.
bull lowering.
Like if either one of these storms drop a tornado, it's probably going to be really bad. Hopefully they don't.
Gonna hit this exit here.
Really,
Coming up into Portage.
I mean, that's really low and also really scuddy.
You guys are just now tuning in. We're by Portage,
Max got some people chasing him.
Wisconsin. Right now, we got a supercell thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado coming into Portage, Wisconsin.
So again, very low.
These guys, this is the southern one. They're down on the Portage one.
Side
It's still a ways away from Portage, though, I think.
of Portage
It's going to be another 5-10 minutes before it gets there.
Angle of it somewhere.
has some sort of view of this. Is that it? Is that this different spot? That doesn't look the same, unless it has already weakened.
How you doing, Mary?
We'll keep Freddie bottom right. The velocities
How
are
is
not
Mary
as
doing
strong
today?
as
It's
before.
getting pretty crazy.
Coming in from the southwest, so it's definitely
Let me do a quick overview real quick. Mary just hopped in here.
in the long term as it moves into Portage.
Mary, today, this is our tornado threat for today.
Also getting a report in the chat in Ridgeland,
It's over a little
Wisconsin, there are
bit.
tree limbs down.
Yeah, we have a 2% chance in the green, 5% in the red, and a 10% hatch risk in the yellow for tornadoes today. So this is where we're looking for our tornado threat today. And yeah, most of these storms we're looking at right now are just up in this area. They're hitting the bad parts of it.
Granton, the velocities have gotten much broader. Not seeing as much here in terms of a tornado risk, but stay in your safe place if you're in Greenwood, Loyal, or Longwood, just to the west of Marshfield. Keeping an eye on that.
And it's starting to get pretty close to Portage.
All right.
And the rotation's really broad now. It's sucking up that other storm, really kind of made it
Storm right now near Portage.
things get thrown off a bit there.
Could easily see a strong tornado. Thank you, Cassidy, for the super chat. Can you do a check for north of Wisconsin Dells getting strong winds and hail? It'll be mostly wind and hail. We're not talking about any tornado risk right now for the Wisconsin Dells area. Everything's mostly just wind and hail in your neck of the woods. Let's go back over to Freddie.
Wow.
Right here.
Freddie's about to pull off here, see if he sees anything. So again, this is in our tornado warning near Portage.
That's the one down south. I don't think that one down there by Portage is going to do anything right at the moment as it just absorbed that other storm, but it's definitely going to probably recycle. And
us a view of the storm here from Freddie.
I think I need the Minneapolis radar anymore. I'm going to move this one over here.
Yeah, I got a lowering, but there's nothing defined at the moment.
It was a lot more defined earlier.
Yeah, I mean, the rotation's really broad right now. It just absorbed it. He's looking, but he's busy driving. He probably didn't see the.
Hey, Savannah, for the Get to membership.
We might have to go down through Portage.
So it looks like
right there,
And it's still rotating.
there's no tornado.
Just
the lowering that
it's got to
we've seen
recycle.
is not as large or even as low as before. And again, I think the storm merger from the southwest has more to do with it. With that said, if
It may not even recycle. All these storms might merge together here.
it wasn't far from it.
We might have all three of these merge here and might kill the whole threat. That'd be a good thing, to be honest.
Here, let me see if I can
These are looking really bad.
figure that out real quick. See how it routes through this town.
Oh, that burned through battery.
This is also another photo from Altoona. Got some more hail photos back over in Altoona.
Big old
Just a
hail.
Sized hail or so. That's back up near Eau Claire. We've had a lot of hail reports. That was from Garrett on Twitter. Let's go back to the 3-cam view of CJ bottom left and Freddie bottom right. This is the last few radar scans. Again, the rotation's definitely gotten broader over the last few minutes, but we may see a new area of rotation develop here. We definitely have a little bit of a meso maybe trying to reform here going into Portage. This will be tracking up towards Marcelon, west of Cambria, and south of Dalton. So if you're in any of those areas, definitely stay weather aware. That's our new area to watch.
Still has a lot of power.
It's not really strong yet, but that's where we're going to be watching for potential of a recycling station.
Really broad power.
To the east of the Wisconsin Dells. Hey, Dustin, for the super chat, just drove past the tornado pass and saw quite a bit of damage from the tornado near New Richmond. There must have been a lot of people listening to you because there's about 30 cars here looking. So there was a tornado there.
30 cars looking.
We had a debris signature on radar too, and it was on the ground for about 5 or 10 minutes. We have had some photos and videos sent into us of that tornado. This is the only video that I've seen so far, but I think there's plenty of them out there. This is from Kyle Martlett of that tornado back over in New Richmond, Wisconsin. This is approximately an hour ago or so now, but this had a large wall cloud for a long period of time and then actually produced.
Yep.
Pretty impressive. That was definitely our strong. If I had to guess, it was probably our strongest tornado of the day. Let's go back to here. Tornado warning for Portage does end in 5 minutes, but we are watching this area for potential redevelopment of rotation going towards Marcelon and Dalton. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey, Max, we are starting to see our storms initiate in Illinois. This is a look at satellite, and we can start to see a few little puffs on the satellite here. So these are going to be our potentially tornado-producing storms. However, when we look at these storms on radar, they're still very, very small. But these are something that could potentially grow bigger. We did talk about how the dew points and the temperatures were quite a bit apart. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn those on, and we can sort of look at the spreads between our dew points and our temperatures. So over here in Sterling, we can see that we have a temperature of 92 and a dew point of 67. When we see spreads as significant as that, it makes it really, really hard for these storms to become tornadic. Nonetheless, I feel like there is enough storms convecting along this line now that we could see one of them, maybe two of them, but like I'm just trying to say, a couple of these could become tornadic, but not all of them with the environment we have here. So this is sort of our line here, and we only have 4 or 5 storms really growing upscale on it right now, but there's going to be more over the next couple of hours.
Thank you, Riley, for the update. So again, we are keeping an eye on, obviously, not just Wisconsin, but we are going to start to see Illinois pick up with activity over the next hour or so. And so again, the first storm that is fired off.
Yeah, move this other radar down. I'm going to move this other radar down there. I put one over here at Green Bay. This kind of It's a ways out. I'll go ahead and bring this one down to Illinois, see what's happening with these. I was looking at these storms a little bit ago. These little blips. Yeah, they're picking up. This one's severe warned already. They're still pretty little, though.
CJ has a pretty decent view here. He's underneath the storm. He's east of Baraboo, coming up on Portage. Main area of rotation is moving into Portage right now. Bottom right of your screen.
How you doing, Michael?
He's kind of underneath it right now. Freddie's still repositioning. Also, we do have Tornado Pagey, which doesn't look like their feed's working again. Riley, their feed's not working again. I don't know why. Oh, nope, now it is. Never mind. Let me try to fix this. You guys are going to see magic happen in real time. So this is Tornado Pagey and
Looks like this thing's directly on top of Portage now, but it's not really condensed. It's still rotating very strong, though. It's just not really tightened itself back up yet. We still have a lot of strong rotation, though, from 4,000 feet all the way up to 21,000 feet. This thing's not giving up.
All right, CJ's underneath the storm in Portage. This is what it looks like in downtown.
This is looking pretty tight, though. It looks like it's tightening up pretty good again. Oh, this is in Portage right here. They're looking at it. I mean, it looks like it's tightening back up. It's really hard to say what's going to happen here because we might just have another big storm merger.
The clouds are still low. It just, again, it does not look as organized as before. We had a massive wall cloud earlier. I mean, like, we could have easily had a strong tornado if it wasn't for that storm merger. And now it's kind of fighting.
Somerville, Tennessee. Let's go ahead and pull it up. So our threat today, this is our threat for today. Let me see where Somerville is.
All right, we have a brand new tornado warning for multiple counties in Wisconsin, Green Lake, Marquette, and Columbia counties in Wisconsin. That'll pop up in a second. Again, we have two tornado warnings, or now three tornado warnings actively.
Somerville, Tennessee. I'm not done with you though. I got to talk to you about tomorrow because I'm pretty sure you're in the threat tomorrow. Okay. So you are in the 2% chance. I highly doubt you'll see any crazy action today. You're probably definitely going to see some thunderstorms. Let me see if there's anything coming for you yet down there. Let me see if we have any storms even convected down there yet. Oh, you definitely got some rain down here for sure. Nothing crazy yet, though. It's not looking bad at all down there right now, but tomorrow you definitely want to have a heads up on tomorrow. Let me show you tomorrow's weather. Yeah, our tornado threat tomorrow, you're smack dab right here by the 10% hatch in red. So tomorrow you want to be super weather aware. Let me actually take a radar down there because I haven't even looked to see what's going on down there in Tennessee today. So I'm going to grab the one radar I had, and I'm going to go take a close look at all those storms, see if anything's doing anything crazy. All right, Quad Cities. Let me pop this one down there. Old Memphis radar. Pull up Google Maps too, get your exact location. Okay, so you're not far from Memphis. Okay. These guys aren't even rotating. Looks like they got some strong winds though. Yeah, nothing to worry about in Summersville. I mean, you might see some thunderstorms, but it might get a little crazier later on this evening. I just keep an eye on the radar and see if anything big comes toward you. I'll be streaming all night. If we get any tornado warnings down there, I'll let you know right away. But yeah, you can pop in anytime. And looking pretty good down there for now, though. We definitely do have this big line of storm. I think these are going northeast, though. I don't think they're going to come anywhere near. Yeah. They're heading pretty east. Yeah, it's looking good down there for now. Oh, you're just wondering about one? Yeah, tomorrow's going to be crazy. I heard tomorrow's going to be a bad day. Let me go back to tomorrow's outlook again. So this is our tornado threat for tomorrow. Yeah, it's, and according to Ryan Hall and Max Velocity, sounds like we're having a pretty crazy day tomorrow, possibly. And I'm like right here. I'm in north of Cincinnati. I hope I don't get it too bad. This is our tornado threat for tomorrow. This is the hail threat for tomorrow. Yeah, we got a big area of hail right here as well for tomorrow. And then our wind. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's going to be some really nasty winds tomorrow. Oh man. Got the 45 sig for the winds. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of people are going to lose power in this purple area tomorrow. Not good. Yeah, that's tomorrow. How you doing, St. Louis Weather Club? It's nice to see you again. Okay. Well, good luck. Be safe on the roads, Michael. These storms are keeping an eye on here. Looks like we have some isolated storms forming up out here in Illinois. We got to keep an eye on them, see what happens with them. This one's got no thunderstorm warning on it now, but nothing's looking crazy out here yet down in Illinois. Yeah, let's go back up to Portage. Pretty broad. Still rotate. Oh my goodness, it's actually stronger up. It's got a 2.1 strength up at 41,000 feet. Let's take another 3D view look at this thing and see what it's doing. Thing is it's about to have another merger right here, so it's going to collapse right into it. It's probably going to shut down that rotation. My goodness, look at that. I mean, this thing is really trying. You can see it. Look at that. It's actually very strong in the upper levels. So they're showing up here at about 41,000 feet. We got very strong rotations right here based on national weather. Yeah, 2.1 strength up at 41,000 feet. So this thing's, the storm is very odd. I mean, it's done a storm merger. It looks like it's about to have another one, but this thing is not giving up. Like, it has a lot of power in it still. So we got to keep watching this one. Spotters confirmed tornado. What? Where's this? Oh, so this is now a confirmed tornado. Someone spotted a tornado. I mean, you've seen that 3D view. I mean, it looked like there was possibly a tornado there. I mean, that thing was reaching all the way down. I mean, look at this. I mean, you can't deny that. There's most likely a tornado did most likely touch down there. I mean, it's reaching all the way down now. So a spotter said this did touch down. Max saying there is a spotter that did see a touchdown on top of Portage. It's kind of really sloppy now, too. Kind of see like two different areas of rotation because you've seen that loop that it was making on the 3D view. Let me go back into that one more time. And we might see two different areas of rotation because you see it dropping down, going like this. So it's a possibility we might see rotations in different spots from the radar. I mean, when you have a rotation that strong, it's, you know, making that many churns up inside the cloud. It's going to look weird on the radar. It's going to make it look like there's multiple tornadoes or rotations in different spots. Yeah, that makes sense. It looks broad, right? But you've seen the L shape it made. So we have like a tight rotation here and we have a tight rotation here because that's how the tornado dropped down like this. That's probably when it was on the ground on this scan right here. Because it looks broad, but it's actually not broad. It's just rotating in multiple spots. That's what the radar is picking up. Looks like it got much weaker, though. St. Louis still in day 2. I don't know. I don't think it is. We just looked at it. Hold on. You're like right here, aren't you? I guess you're still in it. Barely in it. Shouldn't be too bad in St. Louis, hopefully. It's hard to say, though. You never know where it's going to end up being bad. We still do. We got to go to a rotation here over top of Portage. This thing's completely like rain wrapped almost at this point. So here it was separate. And we just had this other storm merge right into it. I'm not even sure how this storm's doing this. I mean, you kind of got like a little bit of area where some dry air that can sneak in there. Getting a lot of interference now. Half, where you at? I forget where you live. We were looking really crazy there a while back, about 30 minutes ago. Stuff's kind of calmed down a little bit. I mean, we still have some really nasty storms right now, but it was looking really scary 30 minutes ago. This storm 30 minutes ago looked like it was about to drop an extremely strong tornado, but it had another storm merge into it. I'm going to do another 3D view of this storm here in just a minute. That way we can see what's actually going on in all this mess. I just love the 3D views. It tells you so much about what's actually going on with these storms. Yeah. I'm in the threat tonight, too. Let's hope. Take another 3D view look and see what's going on inside this thing. In here.
So yeah, it looks pretty elevated to me from at least what we're seeing. So storm does appear.
I'm not seeing anything now.
Right now, but we'll continue to watch it closely in case it does produce another tornado. It's gotten very messy. The main area of rotation would be coming up on Marcelon, Dalton, and Kingston, and eventually going towards Manchester.
I think it lost all of its rotation.
Freddie's keeping pretty good pace with that storm right now, so we'll keep him on the bottom right. Still has a bit of a wall cloud there. And right now near Rockford in northern Illinois, really not much there.
You can kind of see it. It's there, but it's like it's really broad now. You're looking at the greens and reds right here. Like, looks like it's really broadened out. It's nothing like it was 5 minutes ago. Go back a scan. Like, look at that. Like, it just completely, that merger just completely took out that rotation.
Velocities have actually again uptrended in the last couple scans. It might try to produce again here.
Also, too, that latest 3D view is like a minute and a half ago, so we gotta see what it's gonna do now. I haven't even looked at the northern storm. Let's go take a look at that again real quick. Got the high power there.
That is formed again just to the north or west, excuse me, of Marcelon, northeast of Portage. This was a confirmed tornado over Portage not long ago, but they were reportedly brief touchdowns. There was at least a few brief touchdowns. It's a very messy storm right now.
How you doing, State Weather Alliance? I missed you guys. Haven't streamed in a while. Just haven't had any bad weather, right? It's back, though. It's back. The bad weather is back. All right, let's go up to La Crosse. Oh, wow. Okay. What in the world is going on here? This is up north? I think that's on the ground. I'm pretty sure this is on the ground. I think this is the tornado right here. I think this is a tornado. I'm pretty sure we have a tornado on the ground right here in Loyal. Yeah, Loyal needs to get in their safe spot immediately. This is heading northeast towards Loyal and Wisconsin. Oh my goodness, a powerful rotation. Rotating from 5,700 feet all the way up to 30,000. I am pretty sure that is on the ground right now. Yeah, we got 6 blocks at 2.5 the Enron. I'm almost positive this thing's probably on the ground right now. Let's get a 3D view of this. This is completely rain wrapped too. So nobody's going to be able to see this. I'm pretty sure this is on the ground right now. You guys need to treat this one as if it's on the ground because, my goodness. It's touchdown. It's touchdown right there. I'm pretty sure that thing was down on the ground there for a minute. Look at these en route velocities. That is absolutely cranking right there. Pretty sure that thing touched down for about a minute right there. I got any debris signature? Looks like it's broadened out, but it's still cranking. This thing is completely rain wrapped. Yeah, if you're in Loyal, Ripplinger, Unity, you need to get in your safe place. Colby, I mean, this is one scary rain-wrapped storm, and I'm pretty sure that thing was just on the ground there for a little bit. Doesn't even have a confirmed tornado tag on it. It's just a regular tornado warning. Had this rated at EF 3.8 from 5,600 feet all the way up to 18,000 feet. That thing was cranking, though. It was cranking for a couple scans there. I mean, it's some very high velocities right here. I'm pretty sure this was the touchdown right here. I think that was the rotation on the ground right there. I think that dropped down for a while. Yeah, I'm almost positive. I know that you can't really see this on Radar Omega, but I'm pretty sure this thing was just on the ground for a little bit. Let's do another 3D scan on it, see if we can actually pick up this rotation when it dropped down. Yeah, it's not. This is the last one. We need to see the scan after this one. That's the one we just looked at. I want to see the scan after that when it loads. My goodness. That's the second time the storm's done that. How broad this is now. That could be two different spots here. I wonder if anybody's in Loyal. We'll pull that up on the Google Maps. Oh, yeah. See, they just confirmed the tornado. I told you it was on the ground. This thing was on the ground. Oh my goodness. And it went right through Loyal too. It's not a small, I mean, it's a small town, but not that small. You don't need to see, you can see it right here. You can see it on the, that was when it was on the ground right here. That's the tornado. You can clearly see it. That's when it was on the ground for about a minute and a half. See, they're just now reporting it. We're just now getting warning, but it's picked back up. This was on the ground for about a minute and a half. Looks like it picked up before it got to Loyal. It was down on the ground right before it got to Loyal. This is a very dangerous storm, guys. You guys need to be prepared for this one. This is like the second time it's dropped a tornado, and it's not even getting warned until after it's happening. Yeah, see, now we're just now getting the tornado, confirmed tornado on this. Now it's confirmed tornado, but it's not on the ground anymore. But it was. That's when it was on the ground right there. I might be able to get the 3D view of it now. 100% this was on the ground. You see? This is when it was on the ground about a minute and a half ago. How high those velocities are. That's when it dropped. That was the scan before it hit the ground, and then there it is. Boom, it's on the ground right there. That's a big one too. That wasn't a little one. That had some big size to it. I mean, it showed up on the base reflectivity when it was down. Yeah, 100%. This was the tornado right there. There it is again. That was the tornado. It fell apart right here. You see it split up? There's no hail right there. That was our tornado. So yeah, pretty much anybody in front of this storm needs to be ready. You need to be ready. Riplinger, Unity, Colby, Wisconsin, you all need to be prepared to get in your safe space when this storm comes, because this thing's dropped. This is the second tornado dropped, and it's not getting warned for a tornado till after it happens. Go look at the other one down south. We have 3 areas where we have tornado warnings now. Yeah, this is the one that was near Portage. It looks like it's really broad again. Got going on here. He's cutting out. He's by Portage, Dalton area, or is he by Royalstown? Which one? No, yeah, he's up at this one. There's Portage. He's on this one. Man, he's in the mess. This is completely rain wrapped now. It has a complete storm merger now. Look, we'll go a ways back. Remember how this thing had its own hook here a while back? Right here is when it was down on the ground in Portage, and it's completely merged together into one big massive storm. I think we're going to keep seeing. I think both of these storms are probably going to keep dropping down tornadoes here and there for brief moments. He doesn't have any connection. He's like in so much storm he can't. His internet connection is not even working right now. This one's rotating down here, down by Rio now too. We got another rain wrap rotation right here. 3,000 feet all the way up to 23,000 feet. We have a very, very strong rotation right here, right on top of Rio as well. This needs tornado warn too. Okay. This is tornado warn. That needs to be tornado warn. We have 4 areas where we got possible tornadoes popping off at any moment. I got to go to the other radar to see that one. Yeah, this needs warn. Where's their warning at? That might be on the ground too. Let's look at our INROD backing on that. Hi, Ishwarel. Wariel. Ishwariel. I'm sorry, I'm trying to say your name right. So we're dealing with tornadoes in Wisconsin right now. Let me go ahead and pull up our outlook for today. This is actually tomorrow. Look at this one. Today we have a chance for tornadoes in these areas right here. 2% in the green, 5% in the red, and 10% hatch risk in the yellow. And we're basically watching a line of storms right in this area right now. So we're dealing with some spin up tornadoes happening left and right around here. Did they tornado warn Rio yet? We just got another warning. Hopefully it's for Rio, because that needs tornado warning right away. This is the strongest rotation we have right now. Let me go back up north to the other one that was just on the ground too. This is over in Illinois, where these other storms. These are looking like discrete supercells now. This one looks like it's trying to form a hook right here. That's heading into our bad area. This one, we got another supercell right here forming. These gotten big really quick.
what it looks like across the board. We'll have the other tornado warning pop up in a moment, and there it is. So that's for Marshfield and McMillan.
They finally warned this. I know. I heard the buzzer. I'm waiting for the tornado warning for that one.
Right over here near Highway 10. It's actually not in the tornado warning technically yet, but it is going to be in the warning.
They warned it. It's just not showing up on my scan yet.
Currently tracking to the northeast.
Still want to go back up to the north one.
Are possible with any storms that can stay somewhat organized. So we have a very
Loyal.
favorable environment right now for strong tornadoes. If anything can stay.
Look at this big old mess up here. My goodness. Okay, so we have multiple areas of rotation here. We got one here, we got one here, and then we got one here. Oh my.
We're sitting at 7 tornado warnings and 27 severe thunderstorm warnings right now. Riley, look for cameras in these areas.
What a mess. Oh my. Yeah, again, if you're in Ripplinger, you need to get in your safe spot. Unity, you need to get in your safe spot. Colby, Abbotsford, we have a tornado producing storm coming your direction right now.
Tornado warning east of Wisconsin.
It may not be on the ground at the moment, but this thing has dropped on the ground twice now in the last hour.
Might be going down to the south now for the other storm. There's another storm that has just formed over the last 30 minutes.
Family in Marshall, Wisconsin. Hold on, let's pull it up.
Got a little hook echo here on the back end. So a little hook echo right here that has begun to form, and then we also have rotation that's starting to pick up coming up on Cambria and Randolph. So that's another storm that we need to keep an eye on. We got some storms also near Columbus and near Lake Mills that are not really tornadic at this point, but definitely wind and hail producers. And then west of Milwaukee, we have a ping pong ball-sized hailstorm currently moving through Menomonee Falls. What's the record?
Where
for
is
warnings?
exactly
The
Marshall?
amount of tornado warnings we've ever had at a given time, I think, was 30.
So you're just
30, I think.
they're northeast of Madison.
I think it was the beginning of April, and then
Okay. I gotta go further south to check that area out.
I believe, and that happened a couple.
Definitely need to get hold of your family and tell them.
At 5:04 p.m., we did have a confirmed law enforcement tornado back over in Loyal, Wisconsin. So this tornado may still be on the ground. We don't have any clear view of it on radar of it being on the ground, but the velocities are still strong. Just to the west of Spencer, heading up towards Colby and Abbotsford, just to the east of Greenwood. So tornado possible there. It's going to be a fully rain-wrapped tornado heading up towards Abbotsford. And rotation's gone a little bit broader here west of Marshfield. Just a little mezzo here on radar near Highway 10, tracking up towards Man and McMillan. Not really seeing much on this tornado warning either near Adams. Why they actually issued this one? Velocities have gotten weaker over the last few minutes. I'm not seeing much west of Colima.
All right, I gotta get back down to. Let me go to Milwaukee to pull up where your family is.
Tornado watch here soon for Illinois. Oh, they actually just issued it as I said that. All right. Well, we now have a tornado.
Don't know Wisconsin that well, so I'm trying to find.
This is going to be for those in
Okay, so Milwaukee's here. Let's go back to the map.
Lincoln, Champaign, Galesburg, and Peoria. This goes until 10 o'clock tonight. A couple of
Okay, so your family is basically this state route right here, 94. Okay, so 94 come out of Wisconsin. They're like just north of Jefferson, I believe.
Again, if you know any friends or family here across northern Illinois,
There's
northwest
Madison. I think that's Madison right there.
this area. Throughout the weekend, we were talking a lot about how it was a conditional risk of storms even firing. Well, storms have fired, and we are probably
Okay.
going to see a pretty decent amount of severe weather over the next few hours across northern Illinois. So if you know any friends or family that live in this area, you can share the stream with them, get the warning.
Where is chat? Hold on.
Ready for hail, wind, and the potential for tornadoes as well. I would fully expect that we'll be talking
Marshfield, Wisconsin.
significant severe weather over the next few hours across northern Illinois. For the time being, we got at least a couple of storms that have fired off.
I mean, we gotta. If anybody's got family in Wisconsin, you need to call them immediately and tell them to pay attention to the weather, because we have like 5 tornado warnings with storms that have produced tornadoes in the last 2 hours. You need to make sure they're paying attention to the weather.
I think we'll have storms in that area within about 2 hours or so. That'd be my ETA.
Oh, okay, you're up here then.
We've had reports of a large rotating wind by
Marshfield.
we have 2 different storms that are rotating, one over the town of Harrisburg and another one in Shenandoah,
Boss.
Virginia. Not imminent currently for a tornado, but we could see a brief tornado at some point. A strong tornado risk is not currently expected in Virginia.
Menominee. We just had a storm by Menominee.
We're going to go north to south on our tornado warnings, beginning with the one south of Duluth. This one's brought out a lot.
I gotta get back off of Milwaukee. I need to go back up to the Lacrosse radar. It's closer.
Cromwell, that is a little hook. That could try to produce something at some point as it heads up towards Highway 210.
Actually, I'm gonna have to actually switch over here to the other radar soon. We have a new confirmed Marshfield. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, your family's in the tornado warning right now. And there is rotations coming their way. Yeah, you call your family to get their safe spot. It doesn't look like there's going to be a tornado on the ground, but we do have a rotation right here. Heading right up towards the Marshfield. And this is kind of rotating here too. Don't tell them to get in the basement to be safe. There's also a band of interference right here too. But this one right here, just north of them by Ripplinger, this is the one that's dropped a tornado twice already. And the scans are kind of funky right now. We have a lot of this purple bar of interference. Yeah, if your family's in Marshfield, call them right now and tell them to get in the basement. We're going to have to switch radars soon. Yeah, I'm connected to KRXA. Let me look at Green Bay. I don't know if Green Bay's close enough yet. Yeah, Green Bay is close enough. Yeah, we got really strong rotation here. A rotation here at Wisconsin Rapids. And we got a rotation here at Friendship. We have 3 confirmed tornadoes right now. Where I'm flashing these are confirmed radar, confirmed tornadoes. Where's our third one? I don't even see the third one. I guess it's about to expire. I'll go back to cards. So this one's confirmed back on the ground. This thing just had a tornado not too long ago. So this one's confirmed back on the ground. The one that just went through Loyal, and it's in Ripplinger. Hopefully Ripplinger took their safe spot, like I said, like 5 minutes ago, because it's confirmed back on the ground. I'm guessing it was already on the ground. Let's take another 3D view of this thing. It's in a really bad spot, but we can try. These are completely rain wrapped too. Yeah, this purple band's cutting out all this data. We're missing all of that, so I can't even see it. 3D view. Like, most likely your family's going to be fine in Marshfield, but I tell them to go in the basement, be safe. They are in the tornado warning, so they're probably getting sirens. They probably have tornado sirens going in Marshfield. But actually, let's just look at the NROD. That's probably the best way to see it. So this is where our rotation is right here in Sherwood. And this is probably going to head towards Marshfield. This is going to go up through Marshfield. So we may have a strong rotation go over Marshfield. And we got a lot of rotation up here near Fenwood, Stratford, going this way. And then this is the tornado producing storms going northeast, and it's still heading towards Colby and Abbotsford. Like, there's a very good chance Abbotsford might see a tornado in the next 5-10 minutes. And if they don't have a basement, just tell them to go in like the innermost room, like the bathroom, away from any windows, and hop in the bathtub for like 30 minutes till it passes. Michigan, but there's also a chance for a isolated tornado or two. Generally speaking, this These are our storms down in Illinois again. I'm going to keep popping back down to these because these are North Illinois right here. That's in the threat tonight. So yeah, these storms in North Illinois are heading into the red and the yellow right now. So that's got 60-mile-per-hour winds reported here in Rockford. Rockford Airport, Winnebago, Illinois, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Yeah, I don't think it's going to ease up on us at all in the next 2 hours. It's probably going to stay pretty crazy for the next 2 hours. Time is it now? 6 o'clock? Yeah. It's actually 5:30 in Illinois, I believe. So yeah, it's probably not going to cool down till for another 2.5 hours in Illinois and Wisconsin. Look at the big radar real quick. Kind of look at all these storms. So yeah, these are the ones here in Illinois that are kind of picking up right now. These are going to be causing some threats soon. These are the ones that are basically dropping tornadoes right now. These two. These are the ones that are dropping tornadoes right now, left and right. Michigan's in the threat tonight too, but they still have a good amount of time for anything gets over there. Unless stuff starts to convect over here. I need to turn off the severe threats because it's taking up too much of the screen. I'm actually going to turn off the hail too, I think. We have so many hail reports, we don't need all those. Got a new tornado warning. All right. So going back up to Milwaukee so we can see these guys. So this one has some pretty good rotation right here over Marquette, Kingston. That's not tornado warned yet. And we still have our tornado warning up here near Friendship. That one looks like it's gotten a little weaker. Yeah, Max is saying we're right in between KARX and KGRB. So we're kind of like, these storms right here, like smack dab in the middle of these two radar sites. So it's kind of in a area where we can't see them that well. But yeah, once the more they move to the east, you'll be able to see it better in the Green Bay radar. Matter of fact, yeah, they got a really strong. I don't know why this is not tornado warned yet. Right here in Cambria, we got a really strong rotation. I'm going to leave this radar right here for now. We got 2 areas of rotation right here. Not warned yet, tornado warned yet. I know they at least have severe. Nope, they don't even have severe destructive. They got severe warnings, that's it. No tornado warning on them. Yeah, either one of these could drop a tornado at any time. So, like, yeah. Let's just put it this way. If you're in front of these line of storms right here in Wisconsin, you need to take shelter just to be safe. Because there's just so many breeze-up tornadoes, and National Weather can't even keep up with, like, warning them all right now. So, like you see, we got a really strong recorded rotation here, and we got one here. Looks like we're having a brief spin-up tornado right here in Reeseville right now, too. So there's 3 areas of rotation right here. And look at this. They're inside these storms, right? That's rain wrapped. This is rain wrapped. All 3 of these rotations are rain wrapped. The other one's up here by Marquee. This one's rain wrapped too. So you're not even going to be able to see these. And we're probably going to have tornado warnings pop up here soon for these. All right, now I need to go back up to the other radar, KRX.
They're popping up everywhere right now. We don't even have anything in Illinois really yet that's tornadic.
I don't know why they don't have these tornado warn down here yet. They should soon. Okay, this is our repeat offender right here. This thing's dropped a tornado twice now. Looks pretty broad right now, but looks like they're keeping that as I mean, it's probably going to expire soon. It's almost out of that polygon, but that's the confirmed tornado warning, and it's moving out of it. Yeah, that's where the tornadoes reported in Loyal. Law enforcement reported a tornado on the ground near Loyal, Wisconsin. I showed you guys that. I showed you the circle and the reflectivity. We could probably go all the way back to that. No, I can't go back that far. Oh, well. It's too far back, but yeah, we did have a tornado. Luckily, it was in the middle of nowhere. Looks like it was out in the, yeah. I mean, there's some houses, but it looked like it happened out in the fields, thankfully. I'm gonna quickly go over this again, do a quick overview. Anybody that's just popping in, if you're concerned about your area, just type in your city and state. Make sure you put state and or the county in chat, or if you're on your phone, type it in the comments, and I can check it out for you. But this is our threat for tonight. Pretty much the only threat we have right now is just in this area right now. So if you're not in that area, you really don't have anything to be worried about at the moment. But there could be other stuff happening later on. But yeah, if you're inside this blue circle, you are definitely in a threat for tornadoes right now. There's multiple tornadoes happening inside this blue circle here in the last 2 hours. So you need to be super weather aware if you're inside that blue circle. Sherwood, Wisconsin. I mean, there's so many rotations. We got this one right here. Got this one right here. Fenwood, Edgar. There's a rotation right on top of Fenwood and Edgar heading towards Rib Falls. And let me go back down to the other radar. I have to use multiple radars right now because they're kind of spread out. Let me go back to Milwaukee. Yeah, we got a big, strong. Looks like not only is this rotating, we have a big blast of wind coming in here in Reeseville. You say that? Reeseville, yeah. Oh my goodness, this thing's rotating from 1,600 feet all the way up to 51,000 feet. I mean, this thing is absolutely monstrous. Let's get a 3D view of this thing. Let me move up. Okay, then we got another rotation here at Cambria, Friesland. And this one's heading towards Princeton right here, this rotation. I didn't see a Sherwood. Let me pull it up. You're saying Sherwood, Wisconsin, right? You're southwest of Green Bay by Oshkosh. It's coming. There's Sherwood. Let me move up this other. I need to bring another radar up there to Green Bay. See how much closer we're getting. I'm just going to take the Indiana one up there for now. I mean, you have multiple rotations coming towards Sherwood. You have a little bit of time, but they're coming. See, all these greens and blues, they're all moving northeast. That's heading towards Sherwood. This one's still, we got two strong rotations right here. I mean, you can see the Sherwood's right here. These are moving northwest into you. So, I mean, you definitely have some tornadic storms coming into Sherwood in the next 20, 30 minutes, probably. I don't know. It might take a little longer, but it's on its way. All of these storms right here have produced tornadoes. So you got to be ready, Sherwood, to take cover when it gets there. I think National Weather is having a tough time in Wisconsin because they're not really warning a lot of these rotations. And everything, and when the tornadoes hit the ground, they're warning them after. But that's pretty normal when they're brief like this. I'm going to go look at that one down by Milwaukee. I think this one's it, isn't it? Let's go back to Milwaukee radar. Yeah. This one has an absolute monstrosity of rotation right here. Let's see if we can see this on a 3D view. A ton of hail in that thing too. My goodness. That thing is so big.
Hey, Duck Eagle for the super chat. Appreciate that. All right, this is going full cam to Vince Walty. Look at this.
Yeah, this is looking very dangerous right here. That could be dropping on the ground.
Vince Walty and many other storm chasers in the Radar Mega app. You can download it with the top link in the description. That is a crazy looking storm.
This is completely rain wrapped, and National Weather has it measured from 4,000 feet all the way up to 51,000 feet. It's rotating. Looked like it's cutting out there a bit, but yeah, this thing's rotating. We got another tornado on the ground. Yeah, Lowell should be in their safe place if they aren't already. So we got another confirmed tornado. Columbia.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
10 tornado warnings now.
In North Carolina, going towards DeLeon Ridge, Alligator, Newfoundland, and Mills Ridge and Pleasant View.
We have a tornado on the ground in North Carolina right now. Oh my goodness. Let me go down to North Carolina. I don't even know why we have a tornado in North Carolina right now.
It's a public confirmed tornado.
I got to open up the radar real quick. I got to go down to North Carolina. I don't want to move any of these other ones.
Actually, wait, no, that's not confirmed. My bad. We have a different confirmed tornado. Wait, that's not actually confirmed. That one's not, but that could be on the ground. This is a confirmed tornado north of Greenville.
All right, so we have tornadoes on the ground in North Carolina right now.
We have a confirmed tornado. That's going towards Washington. So this is the one that was
Got a big rotation right there.
towards Washington right now. This has been observed by the public. That's Buford.
There's a tornado on the ground in Columbia heading towards Washington right now as we speak. Oh my goodness.
So again, another view from Vince of the storm just to the north of Watertown. We also just got a new tornado warning just to the north of that storm.
This one's the confirmed tornado. That's just a tornado warning. This is the one that's confirmed on the ground right here.
And Huracan's also in the path of that.
The one, okay, yep. Right here, it's heading towards Washington.
Really crazy looking supercell here.
My goodness, look at this rotation. Fuck good. That thing's got a tight rotation there. Oh no, that could be hail though. Let's take a look. It's in an odd place. Let's see what's going on with this thing.
Back over in
That is a big storm.
Jeff Petro over in Eau Claire. This is actually crazy because again, we were expecting very large hail today. This is right around tennis ball size.
Yeah.
So again, if any storms, especially if they stay discreet.
I guess you can see where the tornado is. It's right there.
Right around tennis ball sized hail there from Eau Claire a little earlier today.
It's heading right towards Washington and North Carolina.
Warning is for Markesan, Alto, Brandon, and Waupun and Oak Field, just to the west of Fund.
At least I think it's a tornado. People said they seen it on the ground.
Area of rotation right now is located just north.
I mean, it's literally right on top of the hail, so that could be hail or it could be a tornado, but I guess people said they see it on the ground. I don't even think North Carolina's even on our threat for today. Oh, yeah, they are. They are. North Carolina is in our 2% chance for tornadoes today. Okay. So we have stuff happening all over the place. This is not good. Let's look at the big view again. If we got anybody new in chat and they're concerned about the area, they can type your state in the chat. If you're on your phone, you can type it in the comments and I can pull it up for you. You can take a look. Look at this storm. Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. Holy moly. That is one scary looking storm. That's Vince Walty. Where is he at? Green Lake, Wisconsin? No. My goodness, that is a scary looking storm. So that's somewhere in Wisconsin. If you want to watch Vince Walty, I do have him. If you go click on the comments, or in the comments, but the description, I do have a bunch of storm chasers listed in there. If you do want to watch any of the storm chasers chasing these tornadoes. That is absolutely scary looking. I know you can't see no tornado, but man, that cloud looks scary.
That's actually cool. Bro, Vince can literally draw on his camera. That's actually really cool. I've never seen that from a chaser. Hey, wake up the super chat. I think the chances are pretty low tomorrow for sure, but Saturday it's a low chance.
All right, let's get back up. Oh yeah, I want to actually pull up the national weather radar, trying to check all these storms just to make sure we're not missing anything. So right now, up here in Wisconsin, these are big tornado threats. We got new storms forming here. They've been out for about an hour now, and they're moving east and northeast here in northern Illinois. It's probably going to cause us some tornadic problems later on. We have a whole bunch of rain showers down here by around Tennessee, Missouri area, and Arkansas. Okay, so yeah, we have a batch of severe thunderstorms out here in North Carolina. So we actually have a couple packs of storms right here, and this is West Virginia, maybe, or Virginia. No, that's in Virginia. Let's take a look at that real quick. Let me see if Virginia's in the threat. It is. Okay, so these storms are tornado possible too. So we do have some storms in Virginia we need to take a look at. Let's go over there real quick. They're both severe warned. They both have a severe warning right now. Oh, they're rotating. My goodness. Man, this is getting crazy. There's rotations all over the place today. Yeah, both of these are rotating. This one is actually looking pretty scary. We have a pretty big hook on this one right here. This is all the way up in Virginia. This hasn't even been tornado warned or anything. It's not that big yet, but it has a hook. You can see that hook right there. It's a little tiny storm. If it would drop on it, it'd be like right here in this little nubby. That's where our strongest rotation is. But yeah, we got stuff going on everywhere. So this is in Virginia. So we do have tornado possible storms all the way in Virginia. Then we got a batch of storms here in North Carolina. I mean, we have a confirmed tornado on the ground actually down here in North Carolina right now. But I'm going to go ahead and load the radar back up on this one if anything changes. Yeah. Leave that right here on top of this confirmed tornado. Let's go back up to Wisconsin where the craziness is happening. All right, so this is up in Green Bay radar. So these are going to make it over this lake. I don't know what the lake's name, but it's starting to head towards Sherwood, where I know we have somebody from. This storm is rotating really well in two different spots near Reesville, Beaver Dam, and Junio. So you definitely need to be super aware of this storm. It is tornado. And you see these purple polygons. These are tornado warnings. They're not confirmed on the ground. These flashing are just, they have a tornado warning right now. But I mean, they could drop one at any time. These things have been known to drop tornadoes. And then we have some more storms up here, but I'm going to go to a different radar. Let me go back up to K. I might be able to see it from Green Bay. This is officially a tornado outbreak. Wow. So this is officially a tornado outbreak today. Okay, yeah, this one is really cranking right here by Junction City, Stevens Point. We got a lot of rotation on this one. This is heading right into Stevens Point, I think, and Whitting. Let me see the exact direction it's going in. Looks like it's going to go north of Stevens Point, thankfully, but it's got some really strong rotation. It might graze the north side of Stevens Point. So this has some really strong rotation on this one right here near Junction City. The velocities, yeah, we have a pocket right there. I can't take a 3D scan of this. We got a band of interference right here. It's going to cut it out. But we have a strong rotation right here. It'll cut the storm in half. But yeah, Stevens Point, you need to take your safe spots. Even if you're just north of town, you definitely need to be in your safe spot because it's going right for you. Minnesota tornado warning now. Okay. Got a tornado way up there. Oh my goodness. I got to open another radar, guys. Marshfield is telling me they hear a third siren. Yeah. Marshfield's right here. You're under a tornado warning right now in Marshfield. The rotation doesn't look too crazy, but I mean, this thing could drop a tornado. I mean, it's rotating right here, right? But definitely stay safe in Marshfield for sure. I mean, it's rotating. It doesn't look like it's on the ground, but it could drop at any time. Like, it could drop on the ground. Let's get a good 3D view of Marshfield for you guys. It's looking really sloppy on top of Marshfield right now, so. I don't see any well-defined rotation on top of Marshfield. But, I mean, it is rotating. It's just really broad. We don't have anything tightening up. But, I mean, I'd be safe. There's just so many tornado warnings going on and things drop tornadoes and happen so fast. Like, if you're in a tornado warning, like, I don't see anything here right now, but this is also 3 scans back. I mean, the rotation's very broad now. You've seen how messy it looked. It was much tighter a while back. Yeah, see, like, right here before, when it was near Nasonville, before it went up the Marshfield, it had a real tight rotation back here, but it's really broadened out and gotten sloppy. It's kind of falling apart. Luckily, it's falling apart, so Marshfield looks like they're going to be okay. I mean, probably still going to be a scary storm with lots of winds and hail, but. Dodge County, Wisconsin. Portage got another tornado warning. I want to go up here real quick. I want to go see this one up in Minnesota. Yeah, if we have anybody new in chat that's concerned about the area, just type your city and state in chat, or if you're on your phone, type it in the comments, and I can check it out for you real quick. Yeah, that's tornado warning, but I can't see anything. We did have a reported tornado on the ground here, though, near Crookston. Polk County Sheriff's Office relayed a report from on-duty deputy of a tornado east of Crookston. It looks like this thing has produced tornadoes in the past. Nope. It was this storm that did it. Up here, going towards Warren. These storms are going northeast here, or northwest.
Very strong rotation right now over Juneau. Going to be moving to Horicon and Mayville in the next few minutes.
All right, let's get back down here. I'm going to go to Green Bay. I can see all of those storms from Green Bay now. And we have so many tornado warnings. So let's take another quick look at this. If you're in Wisconsin, you see all these walls of purple polygons right here. If you're in Wisconsin in front of these storms, get in your basement. There's tornado warning. Not necessarily tornadoes on the ground on all these storms, but all of them are tornado warned and they have produced tornadoes. Today's been named officially a tornado outbreak. So we've had multiple tornadoes, several. So yeah, we have really strong rotation here over Virginia. It's heading right towards Horicon. It's actually crazy if you look at the storms further north. They're moving northwest, but the storms down here are moving northeast. The storms are kind of doing this thing. As they go further up, they start going back this way. My goodness. That is completely rain wrapped. See if we can see this on the 3D scan. Juneau. Hopefully everybody got a safe spot in Juneau, because this is like a hail wrapped, rain wrapped tornado if it is on the ground. Like, yeah, look at this. I mean, so this is on the ground. This is confirmed on the ground right here in Juneau. This is extremely strong, too. When I get up in the purples, that's almost 100 mile per hour rotations one direction. Touching down right around there. And it's completely hail wrapped, too. National Weather just has the check-ins, okay. Look, we have hail. We have hail like on both sides of this tornado. So this is heading towards Horicon, Mayville, Kekoskee, Teresa, Knowles, Lamira. Yeah, let's look at the CC drop. I'm not seeing the CC drop. I think he's looking at it on a different radar. Which one is he on? Yeah, he's on Milwaukee. Let's look at the Milwaukee radar. Let's go to the Milwaukee radar. We can probably see this tornado even better. Milwaukee's really close. Oh my goodness, yes. This thing is cranking. Completely rain wrapped, hail wrapped. All right, there you go. You can actually see the debris right here. There's the debris ball. That's basically these blues you see. This is the stuff this tornado is pulling up from the ground, like trees, bark, whatever, fences, pieces of wood, dirt. That's just all debris going up in the air. I mean, look at this very, very tight couplet right here. My goodness. Right here, I can actually see the exact wind speeds on it. Light blue, 80 miles an hour by 50. So this is rotating 130 miles an hour right here. And we got somebody on this one. By the way, if anybody wondering who this is Max Velocity right here. I do have him linked in the description. I also have a lot of Storm Chasers linked in the description as well. So if you want to watch any of the Storm Chasers. Vince Walty is trying to... Got another tornado on the ground wing. I am not sure what's going on right here, but they have the tornado located right here. I don't think that's right. It's up here. I was wondering if they're lake effect storms. Yeah, I know that we had like storms coming up through Ohio one time, and they got up near the Great Lakes, and it really intensified some storms up there and caused a lot of power outages a couple weeks ago. There's the debris signature. This thing's really twirling around in the sky. Let's try to get a good 3D view of this thing again. Yeah, the National Weather moved the air over here. All right, yeah, so it's rotating from 4,893 feet all the way up to 24,000 at a 1.2 strength. I don't think it's strong enough to get a PDS warning. I mean, it's definitely a tornado on the ground, right? But I don't think it's strong enough for a PDS. You can't deny where this thing's at. Obviously, you can see where this tornado is right now, top of Juneau. I don't think we're going to see a PDS warning on it, though, because it's still at like an EF1 strength right now. EF 1.3. If it gets up to 2, they might PDS it. Just because the measurement's at 1.3 in the sky, that doesn't mean what it is on the ground, though. And then you also got to take into effect that EF rings are only based on the damage they do. It's not how strong the wind speeds are. But yeah, like right now it's being recorded at a 1.3 power throughout the sky. Yeah, it's rated at 1.1 strength at 4,800 feet, 1.0 strength at 36,000 feet, and a 1.5 strength at 24,000 feet. So it's different strengths all throughout the sky. I don't think we're going to get a PDS warning on it, though. But yeah, if anybody's in Mayville, Kokoski, you guys need to be getting in shelter here because this thing's coming right at you. And it's completely rain wrapped. You're gonna have a tornado, and then you're gonna have hail. So you need to get inside, get in your basement or innermost room, get into your bathroom, away from all windows. Where's our other one? I'm flashing our confirmed tornadoes. So this is our only confirmed tornado in Wisconsin right now that's on the ground doing damage. But we still have the one down in North Carolina, I believe. Let's go to North Carolina. Yeah, this one's still confirmed on the ground here. And is this still North Carolina or Virginia? This is still in North Carolina.
debris signature over Horicon, though.
This is our confirmed tornado in North Carolina right here. This it's not moving very quick. It hasn't made it to Washington yet, but it is. Looks like it's just north of Grimesland, and it's heading towards Washington. Let's check the storm track on this again real quick. Yeah, it's moving directly southeast towards Washington, and this thing's been confirmed on the ground for the last 30 minutes, by the way. So if you're in Washington, Bath, Aurora, get ready because there's a tornado coming your way. And this is in North Carolina. How you doing, Retha Lavister? Sorry, I didn't catch you. Another tornado on the ground, guys. Get crazy. It's getting crazy. All right, where's our new tornado on the ground at? We have 3 tornadoes. If you look at this list right up here, okay? We have like all of our red ones. These are severe thunderstorms, severe destructive with our Cs. And the TOR is our tornado warning storms, and the TORR is our confirmed tornadoes on the ground through the radar. Okay, yeah, so this is the one that's on the ground, but I don't know if he's going to be able to actually see it because it's completely rain wrapped. I wouldn't want to drive into that storm, to be honest. Oh, man, that's scary. If they see it, I'll make it bigger again, but I'm going to go ahead and go back up here and look at the radar data. Let's go up to Green Bay. Oh, my goodness, guys. There's rotation everywhere. Oh, wow. This one looks really bad now. Where's this one heading? This is heading towards Galloway, Elderon, Hatley, Ringgold, Elon. Let's kind of see the direction. No, this one's moving more north, it looks like now. It's hard to say. Let's see. No, it's moving north. It's heading towards Burnhamwood, Wittenberg. We have a hook on this. We definitely have a hook on it. We have a lot of rotation, big rotation couple right here on this one. This is Wisconsin here. Same thing. If you're on the right side of these purple polygons right here, you need to get in shelter because we have so many storms producing tornadoes coming your direction. You just need to get safe.
I've already pointed this out a couple of times, but this storm that's just to the south of Crowenwetter and Bevent, again, is discreet and does look concerning. All right, I do think that there is a chance, again, for potentially a significant tornado if this thing is able to stay organized, which, again, it's a very discreet supercell. This is one of many discrete supercells that we have, but this one's very...
Looks like this thing fell apart.
So if you're in Wittenberg or back over in Namwood, definitely stay weather aware.
Well, we still have really strong gusts of winds right here in the front line of the storm, but kind of looks like the rotation's really broadened out here. I think this thing's pretty much falling apart at this point. It still has the confirmed tornado warning on it, but they're probably going to let it expire because the rotation's all the way up here. Let's take a look. Let's see again. I mean, it's still trying. This is about a minute and a half back. It's gotten kind of sloppy, but it does still has some... It's broadened out. I mean, you see it's not a straight line out anymore. It's just like a big circle of mess here. So it's still rotating, but kind of lost its tightness. But this thing could easily reform and drop another one at any minute. I mean, in this whole big, broad rotation, like basically the tornado was really tight. Now it's kind of like in this whole big area, and it's like heading northeast here through all these towns. So it could tighten up and drop back at any moment again.
Apparently that scanner reporting some sort of damage or something. I didn't get the entire thing. Sounds like there is damage there near Horicon and Juneau.
We're actually catching a little bit of a break here. I think our only confirmed tornado on the ground is in North. I mean, this still has a confirmed tag, but I think it's on the ground right now for the moment. This one down here in North Carolina, I don't know. Okay, so we have a new tornado. Just spun back up again. All right, so it's back on the ground again. Yep, look at this. Look how sharp it got right here. Just tighten right back up and drop back on the ground. So it's literally on the ground on top of Mayville. This is not good. So this tornado is back on the ground on top of Mayville. Just like that. Just like that, it lifted up and it's back on the ground again. And then right after the tornado comes through, we got a ton of hail coming after it. So we're going to go through this again. This thing's heading northeast. It's on the ground in Mayville right now. It's heading northeast towards Kokoski, Theresa, Knowles, Lamira, Brownsville. It's completely rain wrapped. I mean, the rain reaches all the way out to here. Like, it's already raining in Theresa. Like, it's going to rain nonstop in Theresa until it gets all the way over there. That's a really big CC drop right here. There's lots of debris. So this thing's really tearing up the ground right now. This is in Wisconsin. Ain't no problem, Garza. Like I say, if you want to watch the Storm Chasers, that I have them linked in the description if you want to like go full screen with them. Oh my goodness, look at this. Tight couplet right here. You see how sloppy it was in the last 3D view, but that was a minute and a half ago, so it tightened right back up in that sloppy big rotation it had a minute and a half ago. So right here, our yellow block is about 80 miles an hour by lighter green. So this thing's going about 120, 130 mile per hour rotation right here, gate to gate shear. Where it's touching down. It's about 130 mile an hour. Still rated like an EF 1.3, so they probably won't PDS it. As long as you're inside your house away from windows, you should be pretty good for this thing. Like it can tear up, it can tear off a roof, rip off shingles, break windows, but this tornado wouldn't completely take down a house or anything like that, but it'll definitely cause a lot of damage, knock down trees and stuff like that. I mean, you definitely don't want to be in a mobile home or a camper or anything like that, though. In EF 1.3, it's up to 1.4 now. That would completely demolish a camper or a mobile home. So as long as you're inside a house, in the innermost room, away from windows, you should be okay. Or a basement if you have one. If it keeps getting stronger, though, it uptrended here now. So it's at a 1.8 strength at 21,000 feet, and it's at a 1.3 at 2,500 feet. So this thing is getting stronger, and it's still completely rain wrapped. Looks like it's running out in front of the hail now. It's like, it actually jumped really far from this was just in Maysville, and it's almost in Theresa right now. Like, this literally just jumped all the way over to Theresa, just like that. Look at that. Look at the one scan. This thing went really far. It's on Theresa right now. We still have our gate to gate shear at about 120, 130 miles an hour right here. I don't know if we can get a better 3D look at this thing yet. Pretty much to get a PDS tornado warning, it's going to have to get a little stronger. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a tornado. It's still going to do a lot of damage, right? But it's not a violent tornado yet. I think this is a little far back. I think this is when it just dropped back down on the ground. This is still like a minute and a half behind. We'll have to check it again in a couple minutes because it's for some reason the 3D scan's delayed. I'm gonna refresh Max real quick.
Our main area of rotation once again is over Theresa. This tornado is about to cross over I-41 in the next few minutes. And again, this is a significant tornado that's going to cross over I-41. We also have a traffic camera.
It's looking pretty big too. I mean,
see if I can get up on screen. I'm going to put that there. There will be a couple traffic cameras that this tornado, if we still have it, which it probably will be.
look how big it is. I mean, it's not a small one either. May not be a violent tornado, but it is big. It is completely rain wrapped.
All right, bottom right of your screen. It might not look like anything right now, but there is a camera right here, right on I-41 that's in the path of this. So that's why it's there. But still a significant tornado in progress near Theresa. Latest radar scan does show a much smaller debris signature, so that's good news. Hopefully it has occluded. Waiting for velocities to update, but still a tornado more than likely might just be weaker on the north side of Theresa. It's about to cross over I-41.
Yeah, it looked like it picked back up again, possibly. So we had our debris signature here on top of Mayville. Debris signature here, almost to Theresa. Looks like it might have picked back up. Right. The debris kind of like all fanning out right here, and it's green instead of blue. Hopefully it picked back up before it got on top of Theresa. What cam is he looking at?
Hey Riley, are you listening right now? Say something in Dibble if you are. No PDS warning on this storm's crazy. It met criteria the first time, but it was just so quick. It was such a quick tornado. All right, that camera's going to start getting crazy, I think, in a minute. But this is the latest radar scan. Velocities are not as tight as before. There is still rotation, though, moving over I-41. It might try to recycle again as it moves into Campbell Sport.
Almost. It's most likely going to recycle. I mean, we're smack dab in the yellow right now, I think. Yeah, we're smack dab in the yellow. It's probably going to keep recycling nonstop.
And here it comes. You can see the wind starting to pick up a little bit now.
Winds are picking up. All right, we can see it. Oh, wow. It was just calm there.
Right there. So this is right where our tornado would be located, right about here. This is, right now, we're kind of in the rear flank downdraft, so the tornado would be at the very top of your screen if we still have one. I don't think we do anymore, but it's
It looked perfectly calm on that camera, like just a minute ago. Pretty good at placing that camera, huh? That's cranking. Man, that whole camera's shaking. You don't really have any trees to see there, but that camera's shaking. I mean, you can see the wind blowing across the rain across the road, though.
Hayden, I need you to add Riley to the spotter dot thing. He's not on the program. Put him on real quick on the map. Look how strong the winds are. Wow.
My goodness. Those winds are really cranking now.
This is easily 70 to 80 mile per hour winds here. That semi's got to be careful. Literally got
Semi might get blown over.
perpendicular to the semi. Everybody's slowing down right now.
We have multiple areas. My goodness, those winds are blowing so hard right now. We have multiple. We got a rotation by Brownsville now.
My goodness. The winds are really strong here.
The semi pulled over.
Once again, this is in our tornado warning.
Got the rotation here.
Crossing I-41 if it's still on the ground. Coming up on
And that camera is shaking.
Actually, we have a new couplet, and I'm going to go to this camera here. This camera is a little bit further to the north. There's likely a tornado. Yeah, there is a tornado now in Lomira. So there's a brand new tornado that has just formed over Lomira. And this is a live shot here right next to where this tornado would be in Lomira. It's going to be going into the town of Lomira just west of Ashford and Campbellsville. It's a completely different tornado, it looks like. That's about to cross over I-41. And you can see the wind picking up. The winds are coming from south to north. And so this should all kind of wrap around, and there should be a tornado off to the left somewhere. And again, I don't know if any of the camera people are currently watching, but I don't know if there's any way to change the position of this camera. With that said, the camera may have just gone out. Looks like we just lost the camera. So there is definitely an active tornado in progress here. This is also
Oh, wow. Look at this latest scan right here. Yeah, it's definitely on the ground again, I think. Right here, just south of Lomira.
So again, this is our new couplet. It is currently near Lomira. This is northeast of Mayville and Horicon, which is already an area that we've been seeing at least this storm produce tornadoes in. And there's now a brand new tornado, small debris signature in Lomira, and that is currently coming up on I-41, and it'll be crossing I-41 in the next few minutes.
There's our debris signature.
It's massive. We got a huge inflow notch as well going right
Yeah.
through the storm.
Talk about that hook echo right here.
But we have lost 2 cameras on I-41, probably because of this tornado. Either lost them or just lost connection.
We got anybody new in here? You just pop it in on your phone or in your computer, type in your city and state and chat, and I can pull up your area for you if you're concerned about the weather.
Further down to the south, it's a lot of hail.
You can pull up our threat tonight right now. Basically, our big threat from tornadoes is right here tonight. So if you're in this area, you definitely might want to have me check it out for you, because we have a lot of tornadoes spinning up in this yellow area tonight. Make sure you're safe.
Let's go to Freddie. Freddie is currently on the north side of he's on the north side of this tornado warning near Lomira.
And these storm chasers are crazy driving into this stuff.
Looks like.
Hope nobody gets hurt.
It's coming up towards Eden and Campbellsport here soon.
Reported the breeze along Clark Street near Mayville High School.
Huge edge right there, left to right.
So, yeah, this is where the tornado definitely dropped down at here for a while. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Look at that.
I don't think this is a large tornado, by the way. I know there's a huge edge. Highly doubt it's that large, but
That's where it would be. If there's a tornado, it's in there.
Hayden, I don't see Riley at all in here.
Chad, I'm not calling it a wedge.
We have 2 areas of rotation now.
But it definitely looks pretty, definitely looks like it could be.
This is our only confirmed tornado on the ground right now. And we still have a confirmed tornado in North Carolina, it seems. Let's go back to North Carolina real quick. See if that thing went down to Washington yet. It's on top of Washington now. Still a confirmed tornado. Supposedly. I'm not really seeing the rotation that much anymore. Maybe they just still have the warning on it.
Latest radar scan. We go back to radar.
This is down here in North Carolina. This thing's been confirmed on the ground for like the last 30, 45 minutes now. I mean, it was definitely, yeah, you could definitely see where the rotation was come down here and here. It's got a rotation in both spots down in North Carolina. Doesn't look nearly as bad though here in these latest scans. It might have just wrapped out down here. Yeah, Garz, that was where the tornado, that was the storm that just produced a tornado. That's the camera again right there. It's passing right over that area. Let me go back over there.
Very low visibility, and then we also have very high winds and possibly a tornado all at the same time. And these cars that are...
This is the Green Bay. Oh my goodness, look at this one right here heading towards Arnott. This is about to drop on the ground right here. This might be on the ground right now. Is that our new warning? No. I think that's dropping on the ground right here by Arnott and Custer. That's a very tight couplet right here. Yep. I mean, got a real tight club on top of Arnott. This is probably going to get upgraded. It could be on the ground.
Multiple. We have a new one for the Stevens Point area near Plover. Main area of rotation is just east of Plover, coming up on Amherst Junction.
Our gate-to-gate shear is not extremely strong. Looks like about 40, about 80 mile per hour gate-to-gate shear right here, but that could drop down on the ground at any time right here, right by Arnett.
This is a new tornado warning. Rotations near Highway 51, northwest of Pine River. Going towards Tomahawk.
Just south of Whitting. This could be on the ground at any moment.
Inside the tornado warning, everybody's moving very slowly here. Again, still very high winds with where we just...
We go to Milwaukee so we can see the one they're looking at right here on the highway. Yeah. This is where the semi's at right here. By Lamira. Vince Wolte has damage. Oh, wow.
Hopefully everybody's okay here. Vince is in Mayville, where we have damage. It is still very windy here, which is actually...
There's your damage.
Passed like 20 minutes ago. So there is tornado damage here.
This is Lamira. Oh my goodness. This thing is making a mess.
Power of a tornado.
Oh my goodness. He's in a bad place. That's a really strong tornado, man. Not violent, but it is strong. Luckily the houses aren't ripped apart, but man, it sure is making a huge mess. So we're lucky this thing didn't get that strong, at least. I mean, it definitely did a lot of damage, that's for sure.
Freddie, who's driving through now, it looks like some of the RFD surge with this confirmed tornado warning near I-41. Any tornado that we have at this point is going to be pretty rain-wrapped. We have a tornado...
Mumbai, this is in Wisconsin. See this line of purple storms right here? These are where all our tornadoes are happening. They're still heading northeast in Wisconsin. And I'll go ahead and pull up our threat for the day right here. Basically, anybody in this yellow area, you need to be ready because we're having nonstop tornadoes happening in these areas today. It's already labeled as a tornado outbreak today. My goodness, he's in a bad spot. It looks like we have a rotation here. Looks like we have a big, broad rotation right here, and then we have another rotation right here.
Ping pong ball-sized hail is falling here. Nearly no visibility.
Try to get another 3D view of this storm. See if we can see where this thing's touching down at. That most likely was a touchdown right there. That was probably a brief tornado right there. You can see that line of high velocities right there. We probably had to spin up right that point. And this one right here is where that one's coming down. Let me turn down the velocities a little bit more. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this is where a tornado was down right here. This one too. So I think I think this thing's touching down in two different places. So we had it touching down here, then most likely over here. Two different areas.
Honestly, looking kind of sketchy. There's a lot of wind. I don't know if we have a tornado, but there's definitely a lot of wind. All right, let's go back through some of our tornado warnings again across that have been producing the potential for a tornado. Still concerned about this one near Crowenwetter going up towards Ringel and Hatley. Believe it or not, Riley is on the bottom middle of your screen. He is currently located, I think, near Ringel. I need to get a double check on that. His spotter dot's not working, but he's in that general area, and he's actually chasing this.
Hey.
So we'll have a live view of that. He's probably the only chaser up here, and I told him
This is a mess, guys. This is a mess. Look at this spot. Got something going on right here, too.
that storm is going up towards I-29. All right, back over in Chicago. I know
That might be another brief touchdown right in here.
most of the storms are off to your west. We don't have anything tornadic quite yet. It is mostly hail and wind as of right now, but I do fully expect that our tornado threat will increase within the next hour as our low-level jet starts to ramp up here across parts of
Max is saying it's going to get worse.
Illinois, and northeastern Illinois. The storm that's north of Chicago is mainly going to be
Turning
hail and
him up a
wind.
little bit
We
more.
also have a few storms southwest of Bloomington that have been ramping up, producing mainly hail and wind. There is a tornado possible label there just off to the northwest of Springfield that is currently potentially going to produce a tornado at some point.
We'll go up to Green Bay and take a look at those other tornado warning storms up there.
This a whole lot because again, the threat of a tornado here is low, and they're not really expecting strong tornadoes over here. But we'll keep you posted if anything.
None of these look super threatening right now up here.
Charlottesville that could produce a tornado. Couplet right now is tracking to the southeast, going towards Charlottesville.
Like a lot of these rotations are really broad. That's looking a little crazy. That was one by Arnett. That was. This one's broader, but it's still rotating.
It's going over the Palico River anyway, and it should be weakening. Maybe a fish.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Low tornado risk overall.
We got a couplet right here too, starting to form.
This is going to be for those east of Fond du Lac and south of Kiel, and this is going to be for radar indicated rotation. The tornado that we had.
This is rough, man. There's too many storms from National Weather to deal with right now. There's just tornadoes dropping all over the place.
Through this storm, though, regardless of the tornado threat being
We got Amber Alert in that guy's phone right there.
I've been near zero this entire time. And this is what it looks like right now inside the storm.
The one down here where they're driving at's the only radar confirmed tornado at the moment, but
How's Green Bay look?
My goodness.
Mostly a wind threat. Thank you for the super chat. Mostly a wind threat. We are back up to 10 tornado warnings. Vince has damage on the bottom right of your screen back over in Mayville where we had a tornado rip through that area. We may see a new tornado threat start to ramp up as well on some of these other storms that are currently ongoing here west of Menam.
yeah, no, I hope all the truckers made it out too.
The threat of severe weather is still far from over.
This has turned into one heck of a day, guys. I didn't think it was going to get this bad. We've had way too many tornadoes today.
Apparently there might be somebody trapped. Hopefully they're okay.
My goodness. Look at all those trees. Oh my God. It's going to take forever to get that cleaned up.
That's some of the tornado damage.
Good thing all the houses are still together.
Tree damage across this area, and some of these trees may have landed on roofing. Keeping Vince bottom right. Let me go to here.
If there's anybody new in chat that's concerned about the area, just type your city and state in the chat. If you're on a cell phone, just put it in the comments. It'll pop up in chat, and I can pull up your area for you tonight.
Where's this link?
This is where our threat for tornadoes is. We got a 2% chance in the green, a 5% in the red, and a 10% hatch risk in the yellow. Right now, we're only seeing tornadoes right up in this area right now, and we've had a couple over here in North Carolina as well. That's the only areas we've really dealt with any tornadoes here lately in the last 2 hours. But as Max was saying, things could pick up in the next 2 hours, so we might see more widespread tornadoes here in the next 2 hours. So just be prepared. You know, if you're in these areas, stay weather aware for the rest of the evening.
Hey, I'm going to give you a link, and you got to update Tornado Pagey. Sorry, guys. We've had some technical stuff happening today. I'm just fixing it real quick.
This one's still looking very concerning right here by Custer. Looks really broad right now, but it looks like it's trying to wrap back up again.
Did Freddie go through the worst of it? Freddie's been going through a lot of it. Mostly a wind at this point. Again, this storm was producing a tornado.
This one's got a little hook down. It's still rotating pretty good here by Crowenwetter.
So a new tornado could form here near Eden, heading up towards St. Cloud and Mount Calvary and Greenbush.
Another rotation here by Merrill. It looks pretty strong. Then we got a big broad rotation up through here.
And as well as Plymouth and bush over the next few minutes. The southern storms that are moving towards Milwaukee are really messy.
This
There is
one's looking
not
really
much of a
strong now.
tornado risk
I want to
anymore.
see a 3D view of this one.
It's going to be a short-lived tornado risk as these storms are quickly
This one's
approaching
kind of out in the
waves,
front
but
too, so
I
this
do
one
think
could get
still
kind of
very
crazy
good for at
possibly.
least a significant wind and hail threat across this region, maybe even an isolated tornado anywhere from about Milwaukee and Kenosha all the way back up towards Oshkosh. Let's go back to Wausau.
Down in there. See what the velocities are doing on
This is the
this.
storm that's back up near Crowenwetter. Some rotation currently located just east of Crowenwetter, going up towards Ringel and Hatley.
Don't look too bad at the moment.
Before, but that is still a discrete supercell, so the threat of a
It's
tornado is
mostly
elevated.
further up in
We
the
also have
sky.
rotation still east of Stevens Point near Poland, going up towards Rushholt. And,
It's
Peru.
pretty
That
good
covers
wind
the
speeds
Grumman
down
Strait,
lower in the sky though, for
outside
sure, right there.
Polish town there. And back over near Bancroft and Plainfield, the storms here are a lot weaker than before. Still a low tornado risk though, as those storms move to the northeast.
Let's go see if that North Carolina tornado is still going.
Back from the power shutting off in Juneau, Wisconsin, the Wi-Fi stinks, but doing all right. Well, hopefully you're all right. There was a tornado that rolled through that town not long ago. We've had.
They still have this thing
multiple
radar
damage
confirmed. I don't even know if this is still on the
Mayville
ground. It might be.
and also
Could be right here
around,
still.
Horicon and
This
Juneau.
has been confirmed on the ground for at least an
Here's a
hour
slight
now.
discussion from the Storm Prediction Center. This is going to be across the
It
Upper
is
Peninsula,
literally on
Michigan,
top
in
of
addition to
Washington at this
northeastern
point.
Wisconsin, where a line
It's
of
actually, we're going to
storms
switch
are
radars. Maybe we can see it better from
and a
KMHX.
low tornado risk.
This is a Morehead City, North Carolina. I mean, it has a little bit of a hook here. I'm just not really seeing that much of a rotation in it. I mean, there could be one there. I mean, it's got a little bit of rotation.
Or at least a couple of silos that have been heavily damaged, basically flipped over and on the ground.
I guess maybe they're just keeping it tornado. I mean, it could be on the ground still, but if it is, this looks like a fairly weak one.
This is a photo of the damage back over in
Definitely have a well-defined hook here, and you can see it.
Wisconsin.
See this supercell rotating very well, right on the base reflectivity.
Looks like to a barn, maybe a home there as well. That's some of the damage that we're getting out of this tornado. Obviously, if you've not already
No,
seen
I
it
don't.
on
I
Reddit
don't
screen,
think. I don't think
you
this
can see
thing's.
the damage there in Mayville, which is a little bit further
I don't
than
think this
east.
thing's on the ground. It could be, but if it is, it's not very strong at all.
This was moments ago.
I mean, this is very low velocities. This is like 60-mile-per-hour rotation right here. Like right in here, like 60-mile-per-hour rotation. They still haven't rated as a confirmed radar tornado, though. Nope, finally dropped it. It's down to a thunderstorm warning now. Okay. So they finally got rid of it. All right, so no more tornado in North Carolina. Hey, St. Louis, how you doing, buddy?
We're back down to 5 tornado warnings, which, believe it or not, that is like the lowest number I think we've had in the last probably last
It's been a
3 hours.
crazy day, and it's not over yet.
Over 3 hours now. Actually, we've been live for 4 hours now, and we've been pretty much above 5 tornado warnings this entire time. I don't think it's going to last very long, but at least for now, it's a little bit lower. There is a little bit of rotation, it looks like. Maybe not. There's been a little bit of broad rotation trying to develop on the storm northwest.
Go to Milwaukee.
Storm Media is also back over on the storm near Mendota, but I'm not seeing anything on
Looks
that
like
right now.
this one's starting to head toward the
A lot of
lakes.
severe storms firing up around Peoria.
I think this one's going to be out of town in the next 30, 45 minutes, but it's still has lots of winds going on through here, but I don't. Looking kind of strong right here, though.
The amount of wind shear that we have across central Illinois is very high. So I do think the tornado threat is.
Oh yeah, look at that little. This might be dropping back on the ground right here again. That could be back on the ground.
I'm not seeing any rotation on our storm near Peoria right now, but there's at least some.
I don't see any debris signature, but yeah, we definitely got some brights right here, little green and blue, and it looks like there's a really tight couplet that formed right here again. So this is probably dropping on the ground again right here, completely rain wrapped.
Freddie deserves Culver's. All right.
I mean, this thing's dropped like.
And if you're tuning in from the Chicago area,
Things dropped at least 5 or 6 tornadoes in the last hour or two. It looks like we have another one right here, really tight gate.
Significant threat will probably be happening. And again, Again, that might not be much.
Not
It's
very
significant
strong,
threat. I do think at the
but
moment
I
there
mean,
will be
it's
some hail and wind and perhaps a tornado.
very
or two.
tight.
Keep in mind, a strong tornado is still a possibility.
Yeah, I don't know.
We have a little area of rotation right now over.
It might be spinning up or it might be falling apart again. Let's look at the last scan.
With the supercell rotations at not that
Like they just
strong as of
rewarned
right now,
it.
but this is the main area of rotation at this point on this supercell. It's been much broader over the last few minutes.
Trying to do something right there. I just don't know if it. Yeah, I think it's falling back apart. We kind of lost its velocities here even more.
And Wausau has actually become more of a left-moving storm, so it's
We have another rotation right here.
Velocities have definitely weakened.
Heck, let's just take a look at a 3D view of this again and see what it's doing all over the place. This storm's had multiple, at least 3 rotations the last hour in 3 different places.
Line of storms that is moving across northern Wisconsin, where damaging winds will continue to be possible. Maybe an isolated tornado. The storm east of Stevens Point is still producing a broad
Got some strong rotation here,
and eventually going towards
and coming back down through here.
So I'll continue to move northeast.
But yeah, it's still rotating pretty good in 3 different spots. You can see all 3 right here, here, and back here. I think it's possible to see a brief spin up in any 3 of these spots again in the next 30 minutes until it gets out to the ocean.
Updates on there throughout the next few days with all the severe weather upcoming. Don't forget, by the way,
I mean, this storm's a repeat offender. It's been, and you've seen all the damage this thing's done. You've seen how much damage this thing's done. You can see in the top right. That's those 3 rotations right there did that damage.
We're really only about halfway through our severe weather event today, if that. We still got another halfway to go with storms now just initiating across Illinois. These will eventually move into Indiana and Michigan and Ohio, and even
okay.
Parts of Kentucky.
Let's go down there. Let's move our
and potentially even a few tornadoes and a strong tornado.
We're gonna move our North Carolina radar
tomorrow. We have a
over to
severe weather. So it's going to be
Illinois.
the next 24 hours. There's a lot of severe weather upcoming, and again, we'll be providing commercial-free coverage throughout this entire stretch of crazy weather. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel.
So all these are severe thunderstorm warned. Let's take a big look at
this is
National Weather website radar. See where all of our storms are now. So it looks like most of these North Carolina are like heading off the coast. We still have these 2. We have a pretty big storm up there in
it's not rotating as much anymore.
Northern Virginia.
It looks like he's lost signal.
We get a tornado warning on that. We'll check it out. Looks like we still have a bunch of rainstorms still heading towards Tennessee, and
I've not already seen pretty significant damage in and around.
pretty much just the same storms, really. We got this whole group of storms down through here in Illinois, kind of heading northeast, working its way across.
Looks like an ambulance or a fire truck.
So basically, what Max is saying, we might see some action out of these storms here in the next couple hours, because he's saying the threat's just starting down these areas. Really haven't seen anything convect down here other than just these other rain showers. I don't know if it's going to get any more severe.
There was somebody that was trapped in one of these buildings, so hopefully they're okay.
So this is in Illinois right here. These are those storms we were just looking at. Wow, it looks like we kind of, this is really close to the radar, but I mean, look at it. Look at that there. We got some pretty high velocities right here.
On the phone, my sister in Plover. It's a good idea. If you know any friends,
I think that's just hail.
Storms, definitely make sure they're aware.
Maybe not. I know that might be a rotation. Right here, it looks like we have a rotation in this area right here by Cantrell. Not strong, but it's definitely, we got a pocket of rotation right there.
It's going to be moving to Milwaukee over the next hour or so. A golf ball sized hail is also possible in Milwaukee.
Other than that, man, these storms in Illinois don't look too crazy yet.
The storm that produced multiple tornadoes across southeast Wisconsin has gotten a lot broader. It's more of a hail and wind threat right now, moving into Greenbush.
Go up to this one right here. We'll go up to Quad Cities and see if I can see this other storm, see if it's doing anything.
But we'll keep an eye on it. More of a wind and hail threat. A lot of the time when these storms get closer to the lakes, they do weaken. Tornado-wise, too. We've seen that a lot. Like, whenever a storm's producing a tornado...
I mean, they're rotating, but nothing crazy yet.
They actually do weaken. And so that's what we're currently seeing.
This one, we're getting closer. This is more north up in Illinois here. We have another storm right here. I'm curious. I just want to see how big these storms are getting to. Let's take a look at a 3D view of one.
So that's still
I mean, it's really not rotating much, but I just want to see how big these are.
It's gotten a lot broader. It's more of a wind threat.
How you doing, Misty? Thanks for stopping in.
Winds to move right through Wausau over the next few minutes, going towards Antigo and Merrill.
Yes, it is a busy day for weather, that's for sure.
So we'll continue to keep a close eye on that.
It's not that big. I mean, it's growing.
Thank you, Mary, for becoming a VIP
It's about 40,000 feet high.
Welcome to the Velocities.
I mean, this thing could definitely cause some issues. I mean, it looks like it's starting to rotate. Got some bright reds in there with some darker ones.
Let me see if we can get Tornado Pagey back on here.
Okay, this one's in a big band of interference, so we can't see nothing. Let's go over here.
Is it this one? Nope.
Chicago.
Tornado Pagey.
We finally have some storms heading towards Chicago now, so Chicago's got some storms coming. They're getting there.
I gotta get more organized. This is so all right. There we go. All right, Tornado Pagey's bottom left of your screen.
All right, so we have some rotation here at Kirkland.
And so they're tracking those storms that are mostly hail and wind producers. If you're in Milwaukee, you might want to protect your vehicle.
No, that's trying to rotate or not. It might be.
Go back to Chicago. Yeah, nothing really right now yet west of Chicago, but storms are still firing up. It's going to take a little bit of time for these things to organize. I do think the storms that are back down near Lincoln could easily become concerning here very soon.
Like back in a little blip here. It looks like this storm's trying to start to rotate, even though it's really small.
Right now near Evans and Bell, going towards Lawndale and Atlanta. So that storm's starting to organize a little bit there in central Illinois. This is way further down to the south than the majority of our storms right now. Even back over in Springfield, we at least have.
Just taking a look at this one right on top of the radar.
A potential tornado threat.
One on top of the radar does look a little scary, but it's so close it's hard to tell what it's doing.
This could be a long-term problem, especially if it stays the
You live in Pocatello, Idaho, and we had a big thunderstorm yesterday. And flooding. Yeah. I hate flooding. Flooding is a nightmare of mine. Yeah, see, like this thing is really cranking right here, but it's so close to radar. I don't know if that's actually a rotation pocket right there or not. It's so close to the radar.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm turning around. I'm gonna look into it.
Yes, I could tilt up the radar higher.
Sorta. There's a lot of trees in Wisconsin, which makes it hard to view some of this stuff. This is near Ringgold specifically.
Yeah, it's not really rotating too much yet. I mean, it's pretty broad.
Storm a little bit beyond the tree line there. Also, all of our tornado warnings have been downgraded. We no longer have a confirmed tornado anywhere in Wisconsin. It's all
Yay! No confirmed tornadoes right now.
That's a view of the storm, though, here from Ringgold.
Kinda looks mid.
All right, well, that's Riley for you. All right,
Does Wisconsin get a break now?
There isn't really a whole lot of rotation on the storm anymore. Initially, we had a discrete supercell. Again, we talked about this a lot, but we had a discrete supercell literally moving.
Got a lot of losses in the back end of that.
To the right, which actually favors more wind shear and more of a stronger inflow. And then, as of lately, it was much more of a left-moving storm, which basically just occluded back into our kind of segment of storms moving along Highway 29. I still wouldn't rule out an isolated tornado, though, with this like back-end area near Crowenwetter. But I think the chances are low, so might have something out of that. And then the Rocholz storm doesn't have much more time, I think, to produce.
So our line of death's pretty much calmed down somewhat.
And, we also have a lot of convection coming out of the south, so that tornado threat's starting to get choked off a little bit.
This one's like smack dab in between Green Bay and Milwaukee now.
I don't think this tornado warning is going to continue, but I do think we should have like a 70-mile-per-hour severe warning here west of Sheboygan. Velocities have gone a lot weaker. If we have a tornado, it would be located near Highway 23, which, again, I don't really think we have a tornado, but if we were to have one, that is the general area of where the main rotation is at this point. And even then, doesn't look super impressive to me.
A little bit of rotation here.
Oh, we're sitting at 4 tornado warnings. Stormer Media caught a impressive landspell.
That's like our strongest point of rotation right there.
30 minutes. It was actually really crazy.
This is so big and broad. I mean, this rotation's really broad. Actually, that's looking like it's tightening up a little bit here, getting brighter.
This is a drone shot from CJ Ziegler, which I think actually I can just click on this. So CJ Ziegler has damage. This is back over in, let me get the exact location. This is just outside of Beaver Dam. So just east of Beaver Dam. Look at all the trees down.
That's so pretty there. It's so nice and green, and now it's all beat up.
Even more damage here across southeast Wisconsin.
That's a really pretty area.
Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of trees down, lots of power lines down, some roof damage as well in many different areas.
Look at that. Look at that lake out in the field.
This is in Mayville, which has had a lot of damage. Looks like some car damage as well. Good shout out to Jane with the $20 super chat from Appleton. I appreciate that. Thank you, Cookie, also for the super chat. My sister in Plover says hi. How's it going?
That is so neat, that drone. It's got like how high it's going and everything. 122 feet up in the air. Shows how fast it's going. That is really neat.
There's another storm literally coming in, by the way. There's a new storm that formed right over the radar site.
A new tornado.
Pretty sure that's where he is. But yeah, nonetheless, there's definitely damage there. I'll keep him on the bottom right of your screen. Brand new tornado warning in North Carolina. This is going to be for Beaufort and Craven counties near Washington. New area of rotation is formed just southeast of Washington near the Palmico River, moving towards Aura. So seek shelter if you're in this tornado warning away from windows and lowest floor possible. All right, Riley has an update for us on the storm. Back over here near Cronewetter, Wisconsin. Go ahead, Riley.
I think Max is watching. Hopefully he is. There's a few seconds of stream delay, but I don't know if you guys can see here. We're ahead of this storm that's south in Wausau right now. And if you can't realize, actually, I don't know if I can go stand out here in front of the camera, but it is super, super still. And if we're going to see a storm produce a tornado, it would not be this still right now. You can basically see none of these trees are moving. And I'm actually feeling that it's quite cold out here right now. It's about 65 degrees, so although there still is a storm, it's not the warm air that we need in order for it to produce a tornado. So this is something that's probably not going to produce a tornado. We did see some brief inflow tail on that storm that already died. Ahead of this, that was tornado warned. They're probably going to allow this warning to expire. It's just too cold and too still here. The rain and hail is actually about 200 yards down the road, so I'm going to go ahead and get back in my car because I'm not trying to get hit by golf balls, but I actually have an anemometer on top of my car. So we're probably going to sit here and wait for the storm to overtake us and let you guys know how windy it is. But now it's starting to hail, so I am going back inside the car.
All right.
That was
fun.
Riley
for the
nice little
analysis.
Nice little in-depth analysis, yeah. That's looking a little concerning right there. Some rotation there at Rochelle. A little concerning there. It's been rotating for quite a few scans there. That's good, and I can definitely take a 3D view of this and see if it's trying to do anything. I mean, it's rotating for sure. I mean, That's definitely the first few steps to dropping one down. We might see something happen here. I think they just rewarned this. Keep the radar on this one. Actually, no, they didn't rewarn it. This rotation is up in the top right corner of this warning. I'm gonna leave that radar right there. Let's take a look at the. We'll go back down to Illinois. I don't know if our severes. Take a close look at all these storms down in Illinois. Everything's still so close to the radar. These storms are really cranking though. That's some strong winds there. Definitely have some velocities on these. It's gonna be like 60-mile-per-hour gusts in these little tiny storms right here. So I guess we're in intermission right now. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut down the stream for now, and if things start to pick back up, I'll turn the stream right back on. So, yeah, let's go over this again real quick. If things do not pick back up, this is our tornado threat for today. Basically, right here, our 10% hatch in the yellow, 5% in the red, and 2% in the green. And tomorrow, got our 10% hatch here in Ohio Valley, another 5% in the red and 2% in the green. We've got a big area for tornadoes tomorrow. They're expecting it to be pretty crazy tomorrow. But yeah, I think since we don't have anything crazy happening right now, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. But if things do pick back up, I will fire the stream right back up. So stay safe and stay weather aware. And thanks for stopping in, guys.